Oh, hi. Hello, K-Dog. I told you. How was work today? It was work. And sometimes that's all it really needs to be. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. Yes, Borderlands Game of the Year edition, of which I was able to import my super crazy, high powered character and totally, like, rock faces with it. You know, it's like, and have, like, the super broken shield and uh, gun that I have for it that Shelby got me. So yeah, that's all kinds of crazy. Wordman, hurry up! I told you like a half an hour ago. Hey, Wordman, that thing you posted on the Discord of where like you punch your card. Where did you go to do that?
That was in the Bing Rewards thing, or whatever it is.
The Bing Rewards thing?
Or Microsoft Rewards there.
Is it still there?
I don't know, because I think that ended yesterday, technically.
Technically. Well, let me go ahead. It's the Microsoft Rewards thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then let me go take a peek at that, because if it was... It already ended? Oh, that's too bad. Oh well. I mean, it's no big deal then.
There is a thing, if you unlock an achievement today, you can get 50 points.
Well, I mean, it's not
yeah.
that I'm not so concerned about that as was entering the Hall of Fame. Did I get my free Halo 5? No, because I already have Halo 5. Although, what about the MCC getting a Series X update? That was unexpected and awesome. I wouldn't be surprised if Halo 5 got that eventually at some point. Just to tide everybody over. Alright. Let me just send out the invitation. And then you guys can get in here whenever you're ready. Yay! And Wordman, you're still updating, right? You can start without you. Okay. Then we will do that. Let's start out with normal. USA East, starting map any. And it's the Infernal Insurrection Halloween event. So we're going to probably be fighting Pumpkinhead people. Yay! So that'll be fun. Lighting Zeds on fire can cause them to panic. I didn't know that. Is that new?
I don't remember.
Alright. But yeah, Joe, like, I really didn't care initially about Borderlands Game of the Year Edition until they announced that you could import your character from the 360. And then all of a sudden it mattered, because that way I could get that super OP, definitely was hacked by somebody, shield and gun that I have. Like, seriously, I was able to kill Crawl Max in less than 15 seconds. I mean, the gun is super broken. Whoops. It's blinging this map. Oh, you start with the flamethrower now. I regret getting Borderlands game on the PS4 now that they're getting next-gen upgrades. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I kind of didn't expect that, but that's kind of cool for everybody that has Borderlands 3 already. But then again, they did it for the Handsome Jack collection, which was kind of cool. And,
Wait a minute.
and Joe, you surprised me with that whole thing about... what you call it,
Nice.
Doom 64 running at 1440p on Xbox One S. I didn't know that.
Perfect.
So I actually went and watched the Digital Foundry video, and it's like, yeah, it runs in 4K on Xbox One X. I'm like, okay, then why doesn't it show up under X Enhanced Games in my library for some reason? That and Bloodstain doesn't do that either. I don't understand. But... Still rocking the Carl's Jr. Yes! In honor of the great Chad James.
Low on ammo. Buy some.
Oops.
I'll take it.
Fill. And save. Clay, you alright?
Final choices, people. Enemies on the
Clay hurt his back today, everybody, so he's taking it easy. It's because he hurt his back carrying me through all of these games.
Maybe we'll do
Uh,
some regrouping. Bonjour. Come and get your tools of trade.
so yeah, it's bling medallions for this map. I've only seen one so far.
Okay, there we go.
Break time's
I just grabbed my copy of
Get
Halo.
back to work.
Oh, good.
More Zeds inbound.
I was getting a load of one, I felt to pick up something, and something wasn't supposed to be, and your legs buckled. Oh no, that's bad. That's not good. So how did you get your free copy of Halo?
Move on, friends.
I just signed up for that monster thing.
Oh, wow. Oh,
You just
okay.
have, it was just make an account and it let me get a code.
That's cool. I want to say it's because, like, Woody got a copy from Minnie Makoto when she bought her Xbox, and Woody didn't need it, so he gave it to me, or something like that. So I've had a digital copy for quite some time now. But yeah, I would.
I had it on disc with the old system.
Yeah, because I remember actually. Oh, you know what it was? I'm completely wrong. I got the special edition of the big box version, and it actually says on the packaging does not contain a disc. So it was a digital code for that, and that's how I got it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then years later, I was at a Walmart, and they had like the tier below that version on clearance for like $10 that had the disc, and then that's where I got my disc copy. So I've got like the legendary edition, and then the not so legendary. I don't know what they called the heroic edition, or I don't know. But yeah, that's how I got it.
How do the Americans say it? You were MVP that time. Nice work.
Lovely.
Warren
Why
reached
did
just
we
here
ever
last
leave our
round.
caves?
Oh, hello.
Yay! I like that sound. That's the sound of progress.
I just saw it as I was loading up the trader.
You go into the chiropractor across the street. You think I think I pulled a muscle, but it still might. Yeah. See, like that's the thing with like back stuff. It's hard to tell if it's like muscular or skeletal. Oh, here I found one. I found one. Oh. Change weapon, darn you. Whoops, I missed. There.
What's up? Reloading.
Alright, 6 more. Because I'm pretty sure I don't have it for this one, so we're off to a great start. Oh wow, here's another one.
Hurry up. Zeds are getting
Man, that's great. 5 more.
Found in.
Okay, I think you shot the same one I saw.
Oh, it was in the...
Ports
There's one.
closed. Go make a difference.
Yay!
That one
Yay!
that one was half blocked.
Oh gosh. Oh, the little... Oh, they look like Nosferatus. That's awesome. I really, really love this game. God damn it. Can't wait to play this on Series X.
Why am I not able to just switch to my pistol?
Oh, were you using the flamethrower to get the medallions?
No, this is my default weapon, but I have a 9mm, but I can't tap the button to switch.
Hold down Y.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that, but I used to be able to just tap it.
I thought so too. Is it just Y? No? Oh, you know what? No.
Who needs this?
No, it used to be tap Y to switch.
I thought it
Last
was.
time I played. But it's not working right now.
Shooting them.
Or is it? No.
I can tap to switch back to my default gun.
That's something to check in the menus once we get to the trader. Because that seems weird to me. I just threw money by accident because I was going through the D-pad. Okay, hold down to heal. That hasn't changed.
Slow up.
B doesn't do
hold X.
anything. Down is flashlight / night vision. Left is the radial for chat. Right is throw money. Up is wait a minute. Hold on. No, up is heal.
Come see me. The
Wow,
policy will-
I
Nicely done.
don't remember it being
I
that
usually
hard.
just hold
Day's
X to
work
heal.
and everyone's
Yeah, if you just
survived.
hold down X to heal, but if you press up, it pulls out the thing so you can heal other people.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so close. I could probably get it next round if I just be... Oh, never mind. Oh! There we go. One more. Oh!
It's dark in here.
Yeah!
We're almost
There's
out
the
of time. Make your
Hey, you
choices.
can get that 50 points.
It didn't pop on mine. Maybe I already have it. I find that very, very,
No.
very surprising that I would have it here. Oh well. Better,
Apparently I didn't. So.
better to get them anyway, just in case.
Time's almost up.
This is the catacombs, right? Hey,
Okay, I upgraded to the dual pistols, and now I can hit Y to switch.
that doesn't
Protect
make
the
any
area.
sense.
No, it doesn't. Oh, this is stay in the area.
Yeah. So how is Risk of Rain?
It's 60 frames a second now.
Wow! I will have to.
Opening cutscene now.
I will have to update my copy afterwards, and then we must plan a day, because I'm so ready to get back into that. If I didn't have Halloween on the brain, I would have said we should play that tonight instead. Because I was thinking Bloodtoberfest, what can we do as a one-off? Also, it's been a couple of months since we played this, so that kind of helps too.
I'm using the pistols.
Yep. Oh, there. I just realized the little crawler guys are Audrey Juniors from little Plant Shop of
Area
Horrors.
remains unbreached.
That's great. I love it. I love it.
Hey, survivalist level 9.
Yay!
Oh, the objective's done. So
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Down you go.
Burn!
Exit zone.
There we go.
The area remains
Thank you for the tweet, word man. All right, now I can get it.
Someone died that time. Merveilleux.
Feed me more. Right, because it's like Ryback.
I like the dark down here.
Have you checked your ammo?
Sell.
Think so.
Buy. And I always back out because I never can tell if they fixed the bug where it doesn't check to see how much ammo you really have before you buy ammo when you upgrade your weapon. Or upgrade to a new weapon, I should say. Because it would, like, fill, and then it really it really wouldn't. So you're like, sweet, I got this new M16, why do I only have one magazine?
There we go.
So you're looking at the headset audio setting in the Xbox One, and I'm curious about the options. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, because, like, I can go into here, and then I can, like, turn L up. Which I thought was interesting.
Break time's over. Get back to work.
Kind of like how I can do
All
that in
sets
Discord.
inbound.
Maybe this is where we will live in the future.
Oh,
Whoops.
Love my guns.
Oh god, that's a bad guy. Oh crap!
there's all fire. Okay.
Oh, and the sirens are the Bride of Frankenstein. That's great.
Yep.
Nice.
I like shooting them.
Got look.
Oh gosh.
Perfect.
Whoops.
One's open again.
Don't you just love it when you accidentally shoot a grenade? Yeah, it's just like, yay! Devastation.
Why did we ever leave our caves?
Bring up the trading controls and upgrade your gear.
That.
Oh, I don't have enough. Okay.
Okay, then. I was $1 short of filling up the armor, and it still filled it up anyway.
That's awesome. The trader was kind to you. You actually saw the original recently. You know what's funny about the original little plant shop of horrors is, or is it just a little shop of horrors? I can't remember. But the black and white 1968 whatever it is with Jack Nicholson, it's actually public domain. You can totally like rip the DVD and put it up on your YouTube channel, and nobody can come after you for it.
My stomach.
So I just thought that was pretty funny.
We've got customers.
Altair Sophie? I have no idea what that is, Joe. Oh, that sounds like a flush.
Oh, Atelier.
We've got a strike.
Oh, that's bad.
Another one. Easy as pie.
That's like the half alchemy, half dungeon crawling games.
Gotcha. I kind of wish that, like, if you find all of the medallions in a dungeon, or, like, a level for that matter, that, it, like, like, because there's more than, like, the minimum necessary to get them all, that they would, like, hey, look, extra money. mean, that'd be kind of nice. Stop hitting me.
Finish the last ones off, so I can open the trader pod for you.
You're on the.
Oh dear.
What in the hell?
There was a siren behind you.
Okay, no, I was just like looking at this flesh pound. I'm like, who are you supposed to be?
Get to the indicated pod for resupply.
Oh my god. Oh, is he the creature from the Black Lagoon?
A good day's work and everyone survived.
That kind of looks like a fish monster or something like that. By the way, Darkstalkers, October 31st, 8 p.m., be there. Yay.
Nice.
Fill,
Something else is
upgrade.
here.
Refill. Okay. I'm sorry, you said?
Oh, a rando joined in.
Oh, that's fine. You bought the game on eBay and spent $11 to ship it. It also required a signature to get, so I had to grab it from the post office, but you didn't have a valid ID with the new address, so you had to go load up a bank statement to receive the package. That is ridiculous.
Keep the area secure.
Oh, it's one of those. Oh, crap. Oh, God, that's our guy.
Oh, that's some zombies.
So the ones that have the blades look like they're the mummy.
Grab my guns.
Oh gosh, that's a lot.
You've dented their numbers, but there are plenty left.
Some of them got Egyptian burial masks, and the other ones are just wrapped in bandages. That's cool. Variations on a theme.
Oh, that's a lot of stuff there.
That is a lot of stuff there. Don't push me out of... Oh, that's a flesh pound. Crap. Whew, that was
Watch me.
close.
I'm reloading.
Oh, got a strike in here.
Yeah. Alright, he's down.
Your work was
Yeah,
flawless.
the zone's good at least.
My ear.
Excellent. The area
Sweet.
remains totally secure. Feels good, huh? When no one dies.
Yes, it's very good when nobody dies. Thank you.
We have to be sharper than this. We can still turn this around.
Alors, you need ammo. That's a hint.
We've fed the Zeds enough. Let's turn things around.
Oh, just enough.
To see the sunlight once more.
What? Okay, so if your magazine's full, but if your grenade launcher's empty and you hit reload, it'll reload that into... It didn't used to do that before. Wow. Because, like, normally you would have to, like, aim and then, like, press the grenade launcher button and then it would do it. But that's new and different. That's actually pretty neat.
Zeds are getting closer.
Wordman, what are you laughing maniacally at?
You earned the money.
Oh, it's Mr. Foster.
Now spend it. Protect the area.
Another one? Oh, crap. Wow, that is not a good way to start this. Alright.
Heads up! Reloading! Popcorn's ready!
Yeah, we're starting to get more people now.
Totally fine with that.
It just took 6 rounds.
Yeah, it's like, oh look, they're going the distance! They might have all the medallions. Too late. Is that the microwave gun, or you?
Yep.
Yay!
Ow.
I hit him square in the chest with a grenade and it didn't detonate, it just hit him. That was weird.
That was that. Oh, somebody's dead.
Oh, crap. No, it's Mr. Foster.
Lovely.
That's a Scrag. That's a dead Scrag. This is
Another
just...
Scrag.
This is a highly occupied and contested area. I don't like it. Oh, the Scrags are... They look like the Frankenstein monster, but with a leather... Are they the Terminator? I can't get a good look at them because they're trying to kill me.
Easy as pie. Nice.
I'm impressed. Your work was flawless.
I have 2 rounds left. Johnny's Be Right Back video.
You were this round MVP.
Those are some well done zombie hot pockets. Yeah. Yeah.
I went the wrong way.
Lovely.
La 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 la. So that's super. I saw the patch notes that you posted earlier this morning, or today I should say. That was some cool stuff to see in there, especially like how they added more music.
Your armor's falling to
Yep.
pieces. Get it fixed.
So that's gonna be cool. Guys, I can't stress it enough. Risk of Rain, please give it a chance.
Final choices.
It's not terribly
Enemies on the
expensive.
scope.
You know, the second one is a gem. You know, go ahead and check that shiznaz out.
Yeah, it's such a good game.
Yeah, it's really, really great. It is right up there with Gears of War as like one of the most pure co-op experiences I've ever played on a console.
Bring up the trading controls and upgrade your gear.
Which, by the way, speaking of Gears of War, Richard Ledbetter on Digital Foundry, I know that he said it, but I've kind of forgotten about it, and then I remember, and then I get excited all over again. When he was doing his initial Xbox Series X preview, he talked about seeing Gears of War Ultimate Edition running at 4K 60, but he's not allowed to talk about it yet. I was like, what? Are you serious? Like, I was seriously hoping that would get an X enhanced patch, and now we're going like it's a full-blown series. Like, that would be just cool as heck if all the first-party stuff was like a guaranteed lock for that kind of an upgrade. I was totally surprised to see Fallout 4 even get that. I just thought that maybe that's just too much of a detailed open world to pull that stuff up. Nope! Apparently I'm vastly underestimating the platform hardware or clever software resource management. I'm not like it has to be 60 or get the F out. No, of course not. But it's cool when somebody can do it all in a meaningful way and it not, you know... There were some old DOS games that if you turned the VSync off, the physics engine's completely broken. Like Turok the Dinosaur Hunter.
I can reopen the trading.
Grenades just stop going the distance. They just kind of flounder and go away after a little while. It's not a good look.
Easy as pie.
Bye-bye. You good over there? You need a hand?
There we go.
Come
Okay.
see me. The pod's safely
I'm
open.
good.
Nicely done.
I'm proud of you for calling the Frankenstein monster not just Frankenstein. Yeah, I learned that lesson a long time ago playing Castlevania.
Nice work. work.
And then, man, I haven't seen the original Universal Frankenstein movie in a long time. I should fix that. Are those all on DVD somewhere?
Maybe.
They might even be on Blu-ray at this point. That'd be something. Black and white movie on Blu-ray.
Probably talked to Liz about it. She's been reviewing a bunch of the old monster movies recently.
No kidding.
This one.
I've got plenty.
Update is done. Sweet. See if you can lock on to us and join in. I think there's... Oh, yeah, there's still plenty of room. You can get in here. No problem.
Yeah, there's room for one more.
Yeah.
Hurry
Down
up.
here now is making me
Zeds are
want to
getting closer.
try and play Dark Souls again.
I was thinking about that because I've been talking with Woody about the return of 2G1's play on Thursdays.
Time's over.
Now that work has resumed,
More Zeds inbound.
the Souls games was always in a topic of discussion way before Death Day Thursdays or whatever it was called. It's like, yup, and it's like, which one do you have? Just the first one. I'm like, okay, that's fine, we can work with that. It's like, I was just gonna sit back and Clay was gonna watch you die. I'm like, yeah. That's how these things work. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no! They're coming through the walls!
Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't even think I have remastered on the Xbox yet.
I'm hoping it'll go on sale for $10 this Christmas. I got a feeling it might. Or the Black Friday sale or something, now that money is coming back in finally after a 10-month sabbatical. That was annoying. It shouldn't take that long to find a job anywhere, but here we are. But it's...
I mean, if only the games for Windows version could play with a 360 version.
Yeah, that would solve a problem, wouldn't it? My grenade just bounced off of him. That's annoying. Oh, dear.
Oh.
Turn on the flashlight. What do I see?
Shit.
Bad things.
Yeah, that one's dead now.
Oh! Scrig.
Wordman, you joined in at a bad time. Yeah, he looks like the Frankenstein's monster meets the Terminator. I'm sure somebody's got a character rip of the Halloween costume model online somewhere. Thank you for the heal.
Working well together so far.
There's only one
I
left.
still prefer a demon on the shop.
I got him.
Make these last purchases count.
I have 5 rounds.
So who all has spare
Quite
cash?
a team player.
I might.
I've
Let me
got
just.
some.
Yeah, I got some.
I like it underground.
I got plenty. Once I see where you are.
I'm here.
Have you checked your ammo?
Let's refill all this, and then you can have a decent amount of what's left over.
There you go.
There you go.
Made of money.
Lucky sevens! I landed on lucky sevens!
I'm reloading.
Give $1,000 to another player during a multiplayer match.
Oh, hold on.
Take this. Might help.
Hey,
Here, have
that's
some
what's
more
up
money.
there.
Okay, that's at least 1,000. Maybe I already have it. I don't know.
I had like 1,600, and I was like, I don't need any more at this point, so.
Is there an upgrade tree for the microwave gun, or is it you just buy the microwave gun and that's it?
There's a single upgrade.
There's a single upgrade. There's 2 for my M16, and then there's like 8,000 for the pistol. But you know, like that's like
Yeah.
if you're down to using the pistol, you've messed something up. That's funny. I
Of course
thought
it's
we
this
had
guy.
one more wave and then the boss fight. I guess the boss fight is wave 10.
No, we already did.
We
wave
were.
10.
Oh, well,
We were on
jeez.
Yeah.
Abominable.
Burn. Abomination. Oh god.
Alright, one piece count.
Is it the 4 kids version? No. Too soon.
I don't think so, Tom.
Just like Richard Karn would say. Oh, that was the most painless one that we've ever had.
Detroit.
That powered up microwave gun.
Yeah!
And all it fires. Insane.
What does it do? It's not just the beam, is it?
No, it's a large blast.
That's good. Yay! Oh, we got a Halloween treat ticket. Whatever that's for.
Okay. So, what map do we do?
Not the airship.
What
Let's
about
go to
airfield?
the farmhouse.
Yeah. There you go.
Have we already done Monster Ball?
No, this was the first one. I
Yeah.
don't think we've done a Monster Ball yet.
Oh, I was just kidding about the farmhouse. Oh, well. God damn it. So, like, it turns out that, like, in Apex Legends, like, the swamp is the new farmhouse. So I thought that was interesting, and of course it's, like, full of, like, Shrek memes. Like, I go back and I
You're
watched
claiming
the one stream that I was in with Ro where he did the Smash Mouth joke on me, and it's like, oh, we're in the swamp. Oh, God, that just made it even worse. Or better, depending on how you look at it. For this one, I'm pretty sure we all have it, but just to be on the safe side, it's, like ventriloquist dummies.
Oh, I should finally hit rank 20 on this one.
Yay!
Because I'm less than 200 away from it.
Oh, boy.
First batch of Zeds heading your way. Get ready to the moon.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we have this
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do too, but just throwing it out there. There's usually one in a straw pile around here, or yeah, shoot the legs. There you go.
Oh, hey.
Good start. Now finish
Ah.
the job. Allez.
Oh, so I guess I have good news.
Oh, okay, let's hear it.
I should be able to make it to Darkstalkers.
Oh, sweet. Are they letting you off easy at the tail end of the week, or?
No, just my shift gets out easy enough or early enough that I should be able to make it.
Okay.
Heads up.
Well, if you're feeling up to it, by all means.
I'm at least not the
Get
closer
this
for
batch
Halloween.
out.
So.
Thank goodness.
Nice work. We can reopen the trader pod soon.
Hey, achievement level 20.
Yay! Hey, I don't remember the muscle car having these purple flames on it. Is that a new quality of life update?
To the indicated pod for
I don't
resupply.
remember that.
I like it when everyone makes it out alive.
So far, so good.
You're running low on ammo. Buy some.
It's a
That was
hit.
my MVP for that round.
You did a thing. Oh, there's another one. There we go. Oh, wow! Somebody spent the entire round just shooting the dummies.
But there we go. It's already done.
Gosh dang it! Well, if you didn't have it already, you'd have it now.
New round in.
God dang it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby!
More Zeds on
That
the way.
boy ain't right.
Start
See,
to
you
wrap
can
things
switch
up.
back from the pistol with Y, but you can't switch to it until you buy it. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you have to have the double pistols.
Yeah, that is... Okay! I really don't remember it being like that.
Last chance. I have to power down the pod.
No, I don't want to skip the trader.
Time's up. Go kill some Zeds.
La 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 la. No protector zone, thank goodness. They're coming. I really want to know how they come out of the barn when we were just in the barn.
Creationism.
Okay.
A decent beginning.
Are they flat earthers like
Let's call that your
AJ?
warm-up.
Good shot.
Oh, yeah, so I don't think it was posted in the Discord, but I saw apparently for Super Mario 35 you can actually play as Luigi.
Okay. Does it change it like Super Mario Brothers 2, or is it like just like Mario Brothers 1?
I don't know, but what I do know is you have to hit rank 100 to be able to do it.
That's kind of ridiculous.
It's like, it's a timed game anyway. I don't think I'd want to mess with it that much to get that.
Yeah, unless if you're gonna like full-time stream it, you know, like that sounds like it sounds like something that Craig would do.
Make for the pod.
It's like, oh yeah, let's do it.
Like, I would rather they give us,
Get your tools of trade.
take the Nintendo Switch Online stuff and give us the Game Boy games and give us Super Mario Deluxe.
Yeah.
Give us that battle mode pack.
I had Super Mario Brothers Deluxe and I played the bejesus out of it.
I'm good to
Even
know.
with
There's
its
a lot of
reduced
stuff to
screen
do.
size, I still made it work.
And I also let you scroll back a little bit.
Yeah, that was nice.
Bleep bloop.
But, like,
Final
the game
choices
actually
to
keeping
make.
track of which
Enemies
stages
on
you
the scope.
finished, the Yoshi hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, I have plenty. Danke.
Okay.
You're winning, yes. I do not
Weren't there
have
red
access
coins
to
in
that
that one too, or am I misremembering on
Let's
that?
talk. So be on us in a
I
second.
can't
Yours.
remember. It's been a very long while since I've Let's played
I'm
it.
about to shut the pod.
Right.
I think there might have been. 'Cause I think there was 3 collectibles you could find. I just remember the Yoshi being the big one.
Heads up.
More Zeds on the scope.
There
It
was
was like,
one under
find
the
this
bed.
screen.
Mes amis.
But yeah, I really liked how they did the multiplayer mode in that one, though.
You'll have to refresh my memory because it has been so long that I don't remember.
It was a race, but it was basically just a race to get to the flagpole first.
Uh-huh.
But you also had to not die, otherwise you automatically lost.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was either be the first one to the finish or force the other one to die.
That's cool. So it didn't,
it was
like,
you could-
rely on, like, you do a thing that sends stuff to the other person, like Tetris.
No, but what they also did was there was a couple special courses just for the mode that threw in like blocks you could turn on and off, kind of like Mario World.
Oh, wow.
So like you'd hit a switch and it would change which blocks were on.
Hit a switch on your
Yeah.
Switch.
So like there was like one level where it was like you could only get through a path if you had the blocks turned on correctly. But someone could be behind you and hit the block that the switch and screw you up.
Oh man,
Or something like that.
that sounds great.
Or they could be thrown into the regular stages as well.
Come here, Frady. Come here, birthday girl.
What? Free.
Yeah, it was Frady and Gentleman's birthday yesterday.
Aww.
They're-
Happy birthday to the kitties.
Yes, they are 13 years old,
Get to the indicated
and
pod
you
for
never
Mr.
know
Prime.
it by the way they act.
You're a real survivor. Good for you.
Gentleman has a new doctor, and mother took him because the original doctor that diagnosed his food allergy has since left the practice, and the one that has taken over his case file says, let's try something different, because like they don't make the duck meat pate canned food anymore, which he only gets for like dinner. And it was really expensive, but they were like, well, let's try chicken liver and see if he has a reaction to that. And he doesn't. So they're hypothesizing it's the proteins in the meat that are causing the problem, not necessarily the proteins in other parts of the chicken. So they're, so he's getting a chicken liver pate for dinner, and then duck dry food during the day. So, meanwhile, Frady, she can just eat whatever she wants.
I like it.
But I seriously gave her, okay, so do you guys know what an eye round steak is? Okay, so there's a cut of meat called the eye of round, and it's normally used for making roasts or meat for stews and stuff, because it's very, very lean. There's almost no intramuscular fat, so people says it doesn't have a lot of flavor, and I'm like, I beg to disagree on that. But the thing is, it's a tough cut of meat. I don't personally think it is. But but it's inexpensive, very inexpensive compared to other cuts. You can get 3 decent-sized eye-round steaks for $7, and you would have to spend 3 times that to get 1 good ribeye. So I was making one last night for myself, and I gave Frady a little piece of it, and she just sniffed it and walked away. So she doesn't even like people food. Gentleman, on the other hand, would be putting his paw up on your plate, trying to pull it off and take it with him. Frady's like, whatever. Just give me my cat food.
That's nearly all of them.
I just thought that was really interesting. Whoops. So I didn't know it,
Pod is open
but
again. Let's get you restarted.
how many, show of hands, how many people knew the modern vintage video gamer
Survived.
worked for Night Dive Studios and Limited Run Games? Because I sure as heck didn't know that until before today. Because there is a old school RPG shooter called Strife, and it's coming to the Switch, and I said, hey, is it coming to Xbox One? And the guy's like, if Microsoft ever supports OpenGL 1.5, and MVG just responded back with the little eyes emoji, and I was just like, what does he have to do with this? And I click on his name, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel stupid.
Thanks.
Nurse's badge at Brownies.
But yeah, there you go. Strife's coming to the Switch. It's $10 and it'll be 25% off starting out with. That's crazy. You knew? He did the Shantae port?
Maybe
Oh,
not doing
wow.
So well, the Zeds are regrouping.
I mean, I check out his videos every once in a while,
Keep the area
but I had no idea.
Why did they weld that door or whatever?
Yeah, they just decided to weld the door in the middle of the floor. I was just like, why would you do that? Oh boy!
Oh look, and the door they welded was the quick route to the zone.
Because of course it was. Can we close the barn door? I thought you could do that.
We can actually, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll still get you.
Close it. How do we close it? Oh, there we go.
Tap the button.
There we go. And I'm gonna
This down.
weld this some bitch closed. Because it
Well,
seems
there's
like
a
a good
siren.
idea. Yay, now it's turned into, Night of the Living Dead. He did the Shantae port. Like, the port of, like, Shantae 1 to the Switch. Because if he did, that's pretty crazy. I figured that would have been a way forward job, but I guess not. Apparently the bro knows his way around the Switch. Good for him. Wow. Risky's Revenge that came out on the Xbox finally last week. Like, yay! Oh, God!
Someone decided to bust the door open.
Yup. Somebody's got cryokinesis going on over here.
You've nearly cleared this batch out. Nice work. We can reopen the trader pod soon.
Oh, so my dad had an interesting random haul today.
Yeah.
He happened to spot something that someone threw out at from their apartment. He noticed it was a bunch of 78 records.
Oh, yeah?
And it was like collections from like 3 different composers.
Area relatively secure.
I know one of them was Johann Strauss. I know one was the Nutcracker Suite.
Oh,
You're
okay.
a little bloody.
Tchaikovsky, always good.
Yeah. And I didn't recognize the third one. But it was like
Bonjour.
really nice looking like
Come and get your tools
sets
trade.
of 78 records.
That's
Can't
cool.
resist this place.
Yeah, 78s were interesting because they were made out of a lacquer instead of the vinyl. So those are the ones you could actually break over your head like a Three Stooges skit if you really wanted to. I don't know why you would want to, but you could.
And he's actually got
Superior
a
attack.
player that can play him.
See, that's the thing. Like, most record players I see are like, can play 45s or 33s, but a 78, that's like, in the record world, that's kind of old school. So that's actually pretty cool that he's got one that can do that.
Yeah, like he's had an antique one for.
Hey,
I was
Rogue!
maybe 8 when he got it, so he's had it for a couple.
Oh
decades.
gosh, I hope he has a new
Last
stylus
chance.
for it.
I have to power down the pod.
What's up, Rogue?
I don't think it's actually been
Everyone in
used
one
very
piece?
much.
Oh, okay, well that
Because
helps.
it's kind of been more of a tabletop than anything. But
Oh, okay, so it's not like a standalone play. It's like
oh no, it's a standalone player thing, but like he's used it like a table basically.
okay, gotcha. How was the wrestling tonight, Robe?
Shooting them.
I love shooting them.
Good
That's
shot.
cool. I always like vinyl. It's like one of my, now that I actually have my, sound system hooked back up again and everything, like, there's, it's got a couple of inputs, and there's a pair of, like, empty RCA jacks, and I just look at that and go like, man, I'd really like to get a record player and hook it up to that, because I'm pretty sure the receiver can work as a preamp, which would save a lot of trouble and a lot of heartache to hook that up, so.
I'd like to have a record player for all the soundtracks I'm suddenly.
Oh my god, yeah. That and a really
God.
good cassette deck. And I mean like and unfortunately to get a really good one you have to like go like back to like the 90s and find them on eBay. Like one that has like Dolby S noise reduction. Cause you know like when DJ Cutman said he wanted to put his music on tape and not vinyl because he said it sounds better on tape. I'm like, well now I need to get a tape deck. And here I am, in 2021, looking at VCRs, tape decks, and record players for sale on eBay. If you would have told me that 10 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I happened to see a tweet late yesterday. There was a site that did a reprint of the
Glad to see you made it through.
old original East soundtracks.
Oh
One and
gosh.
I like it when everyone
Like, it
makes
sounded like
out
it was
alive.
not the Turbo Duo, but the one before that one.
The Master System.
Have you checked your ammo?
Or like
Didn't think so.
one of the other Japanese PC ones before TurboGrafx.
I didn't know Ease was on any other system before the. You know, it was probably on home computer, and I can't tell you for the life of me which one it would be. Because I was thinking, like, well, what could it have been on before the Master System? Home computer, Tom. Home computers were big in Japan, Tom. Was good, went quicker than usual. Nobody got stuck on the entrance ramp. Didn't have to restart matches. That's a good night. How many good matches were ruined because the AI glitched out and got stuck up on the entrance ramp, and they would just be constantly cycling between doing a 10 count to end the match, and then they would get back in the ring, reset the counter, get out of the ring, counter starts. Oh my god, that was so frustrating. Tom, video game soundtracks sound better on 8-track. No, they do not. I've watched enough stuff on the internet to know that for a fact that that's not the case.
I mean, I do have the half the Select soundtrack on cassette now.
Yep.
Would you rather listen to it on a wire tape?
I love wire tape. It's not, you know, there was a whole I can't remember the artist's name, but like he did a concert and it was recorded on wire tape. And then years later, somebody found the master recording, and then got a digital restoration for it, and the thing won like a Grammy for it. Oh god, I can't remember it for the wire, but the wire tape is something that just fascinates me. That how did somebody figure it out? Like putting it on magnetic tape made more sense to me, and somebody said like, well, we can do this on a wire. What? We're gonna take this piece of steel, and then we're gonna put audio on it. Excuse me?
You said you needed the wire tape.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because there's like this potted plant recorder in Back to the Future. I'm like, how the crap would they have been able to pull that off in 1930? Well, the answer is wire tapes. Something that I didn't even know existed at the time.
Finish the last ones off, so I can open the trailer one for you.
Yeah, there's a great YouTube channel called Techmoan. Used to be a part of my Friday tradition that I would come home from the garage, go to the local grocery store, get about $15 worth of sushi, make a big bottle of Dr. Pete, and just like totally watch that as the afternoon goes by in preparation for whatever Friday programming was going to be on the schedule. I miss that. There's no sushi within 70 miles of me. I'm upset.
This cat's back in the game.
It's a sushi bar at my work.
Lucky. I haven't had Kroger sushi before. I would like to try that. The one that I used to get was from Harris Teeter, and it was quite good.
Close enough.
Oh, is Harris Teeter part of the Kroger family?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I knew Giant Eagle was, but I didn't know Harris Teeter.
I didn't know that till last year when my dad and I went up to DC. We found out our card worked at Harris Teeter.
That is crazy. Okay then.
Bring up the
I
trading
learned something
controls
today.
and upgrade your gear.
And yeah, since there was one right across from the apartment we usually stayed at, that worked out.
Yeah. That was in 2K18. It doesn't happen as often in 19. Well, thank freaking goodness. I did pick up both SteamWorld Dig games today. I'm still waiting for them to put the first tier on Xbox. There was another one that's only on the Wii U and the Switch. I'm still waiting for them to bring that over. Because like my thing is, like, the instant I buy them on the Switch or the Wii U, it's going to come to Xbox, and that's how it always works. And it's upstairs in the barn.
Of course it is.
I just happened to be standing there and it happened. No, Robe, what happens to you? Someone's tried to re-enter the zoo. Yeah. The G1 Wrestling Universe. Watch it. Great things happen. Even if you are the most casual fan of wrestling and all you know is Hulk Hogan, watch the G1 Wrestling Universe. Speaking of which, I was watching Amelia Watson, one of the VTubers from HoloLive English, and she was like, no, this isn't the accent stream, I'm not going to do accents, and she just starts randomly quoting somebody. She says, sit on my face, brother! And she's like, that's what Hulk Hogan says, and I'm like, no, Hulk Hogan never said that, but that's very funny anyway. It's like, Hulk Hogan said something else, and it wasn't nice.
It's like Hulk Hogan said a lot.
If all you know is Hulk Hogan, that's it. Well, I mean, it's a starting point. I mean, I would hope you would eventually realize that Hulk Hogan was not the best guy for the business. Or should I say best guy to the business. I'm not saying you have to know when Harley Race won his first NWA championship. No,
Okay, we're good.
I'm not saying that. Yay, we can get out of here. I'm just saying that, you know,
Nearly cleared this batch out.
there's a nice little YouTube channel called Cultaholic. You should go check them out. And then go check out the G1 Wrestling Universe on the Red Ropes channel. Actually, I'm really surprised Cultaholics hasn't done that. They had their their fake wrestling matches on back when they were still What Culture, but they didn't actually have they didn't make a wrestling league like Robe did. How about that, man? You've got something completely unique going on that a big YouTube channel didn't think of.
We're kicking ass. I like it.
Speaking of Robe, Kevin gifted a sub to Robe.
Oh goodness gracious! Here we go.
Loads of money.
Well, let's try to keep the band together,
Where I
shall we?
forgot. Oh, there it is. I just walked right past it.
Glad you made it
Gosh
back.
darn it!
Don't bleed on anything.
Don't bleed on anything, she says.
We should figure out, find all the contracts I have on vinyl.
Yeah, I got a big box of them that amazingly only one got... Well, the record itself is probably fine. The sleeve got damaged, and that was the Death Stranding one, which is unfortunate. But, like, again, I could get another one of those very easily. If it was, like, the Shantae one, I'd be devastated.
Yeah.
You know, because good luck trying to get the purple one again. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Bonjour.
I think it was for
got
Pirate's Curse that I got the purple. Whatever. You know, there was just so many of them. Trying to remember which limited run XYZ I got 2 years ago, that's impossible. I can't do that.
Go kiss
But,
I think they've only done for the
Lace up
original.
your boots and
okay,
let's
then
go
it was the
for it.
purple one for the original, and the red one was the regular fan gamer version, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Which I grabbed the purple one on this last time it went up.
Nice.
I already had the red one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one for me to have to go eBay later, because, like, I'm broke, bitch! But that's just gonna make it part of the fun, you know? It's just like, you know what? What's the point of making the money if you can't enjoy spending it? Outside of paying taxes, but whatever.
Let's see what else. I know I have the Mighty Switch Force collection vinyl.
Yes.
I have the... Like I said, I'll eventually get the purple Shantae. I will get the Blaster Master Zero ones when those show up.
Nice.
I still have an unopened Bioshock 1 vinyl from that Bioshock 2 Collector's Edition.
Yes, I have that too. Yeah. Also, I've got the one from Mafia 3. I really didn't like the... It was actually the Bioshock 2 one that made me go like, man, that'd be really nice to either have this framed or to be able to play it.
Yeah. And I have Bloodstained one.
Oh, Bloodstained, yes. What a great soundtrack that was.
Yeah. And I know eventually I want to get the Gradius 1 through 3 ones.
Nice. Did they ever put Curse of the Moon? I know they did Ritual of the Night, but did they ever put Curse of the Moon on vinyl?
I haven't seen anything about it.
Because that would be, like, really, really good to hear. Because my favorite song, which I'm so disappointed it didn't get its own rearrangement in Ritual of the Night, The Tragedy of Slaughter, Stage 6's music. That is, like, my favorite track in the entire effing game. Oh crap, I'm out. All I have is grenades. Oh no.
The large can guy can get ammo.
It's okay, I've got like 14 grenades left. I can just use those.
I don't remember which class it is, but he's got the one you can walk up to him and hit B to get in.
Ah, I gotcha.
I've been doing that a couple times.
Woo!
Come see me. The pod's
It's like he shoots his rockets, I lob my grenade. Let's see who wins.
How do the Americans say it? You were
It says he has Golf Story, Mother 2, Shovel Knight, and the first Stardew Valley release on vinyl.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember, wasn't Golf Story originally going to be the first Switch game and it ended up being something else instead?
They heavily made it sound like that was going to be the first one.
Yeah.
I remember that much.
Demon on the shore.
Harley Race was one of the several people to slam Andre. Yeah, that back when it was like when they would like let the hey, you can borrow Andre for the weekend. Just make sure you let me come through the territory and do a number. Has anybody put together a comprehensive... And K-Dog, this is a question for you because I think you'd be the most qualified person to answer this. Has anybody put together a comprehensive look at the territories from like 1950 to like 1989? You know, before WCW took over Jim Crockett Promotions and then everything kind of went to hell after that because of Vince.
Maybe Jim Cornette?
Jim talks about it a lot, but I don't think he's ever sat down and done like an omnibus on it. Not that I'm aware of. Because I occasionally hear clips from the drive-thru and the experience. Even though he's not a terribly popular person to be talking of these days. Can't deny that what the man knows.
I think that's the theme of this year.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's like, hey, all these people you thought were great, they're flawed.
Everybody's canceled because nobody's perfect.
I think then everything's fine. We all start over from scratch.
Yep, I got a flesh pound on me.
Oh dear.
Oh, hell.
Oh, it's dead.
Can't see a damn thing. There we go. That's better. Boosh. Because, like, the thing that actually got me interested the most about the territories in particular was when Jack the Jobber did his top 10 video back on What Culture of talking about talent raids. And he briefly, ever so briefly, touched upon the territory system from, like, 1970 forward.
Fantastic. Thanks.
You know, building up the AWA, the NWA, and of what eventually would be the WWF to the WWF. I was like, this is great, keep talking about it now. Oh.
That's nearly all of them.
Meltzer? Okay. Uncle Dave. What? I'm out again?
Reloading.
Having to use my pistols? Are you serious? What kind of nonsense is this?
Watch me. I'm reloading.
I'm learning to start off with my pistol.
Well, I start out with a baby's first assault rifle.
Spend freely.
Got him.
Yay!
About to get serious.
Most of the territories were under the NWA, yeah. It's just like whenever I hear Jim talk about, like, you know, Mid-South and Smoky Mountain and all those guys. Jim Crockett Promotions, all this. I was like, man. And I keep making this joke, and I will continue to make it until it happens. There's a lot that the Democratic National Convention could learn from the NWA wrestling, because they go ahead and they have all of these candidates slug it out with each other during the primaries, and then when a candidate gets chosen, they're supposed to pretend like nothing happened. They're all supposed to play nice. No, that's stupid. The NWA, they would fly everybody out to Vegas from all the territories, and they would decide who's going to be the champ, and then that would be that. Silly. Silly when a wrestling promotion can do things better than politicians.
Hey, Tom, where are you?
I'm downstairs by the truck.
I got my gun.
What in the blue blazes is that?
Heat thrower.
Ooh,
Heat thrower?
This will be good.
Go kill some Zeds.
Throw some heat. Oh, God.
In a minute.
What? What is
Not enough
this?
talk.
What is
Not enough
this?
talk. How about you?
Oh, my God. Wow, oh my God, he just straight up knocked down the door. Al, behind you.
Yep.
Actually, let's just keep him in here because it'll give him no place to run when he has to go charge a shield. Ah, crap, he's going upstairs. Did he just say ghoulishness instead of foolishness? Ah!
I don't know where he is now.
Yeah, there's just so much stuff blowing up on screen, I've lost sight of him. Oh, he's at the bottom of the stairs. What just happened? Okay, I think... I died? How did that happen?
And he's dead.
Okay.
We did it.
I still don't know how I died. It's like the game froze, and the next thing I know, I was dead. Sweet. Good Lord, it's been an hour already. Let's go and do a water break and run the first commercial. So we'll be right this after that.
Hail hydrant.
Hydrant.
Quick.
Mm-hmm.
So put this code in Steam real quick.
Oh.
Steam code?
I was selected to try the Halo 4 Insider thing for Steam.
Nice. Yeah, it's nice that the MCC's on Steam as well as Windows 10. That's pretty great. Did they say they're going to put crossplay in that, or is that just a?
It's just part of what they're working on.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, Steam and Xbox, but not Microsoft.
Interesting.
Or not the PC, regular PC.
Windows 10 store.
Yeah.
Yargo.
Okay. Oh wait, crap. I need to pick a perk.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you leveled up.
Increased range, yes. I'll take that.
I'm still a level 21 field medic.
Just keep healing people. You'll be fine.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's either skulls or bling for this level. I can't remember which though.
Your face.
Someone found one. Oh, I think I see one.
Just one.
Yeah, it's like red skull-like things.
Red skull things? Okay.
Yeah. There was one right next to us when we started.
Right by the entrance?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
because I haven't left this spot. There was one right by.
Superior tech.
Love my guns.
Cleanups are remain. Red will see they are properly recycled.
My boots?
Oh,
I have.
and off.
Reloading. Verdammt! Go to the pod. Your time will come soon enough.
Who's ready to see how AVGN Deluxe
Everyone
breaks
start
next
for
week?
I'm really looking forward to that. You know, Sam's been really working on that. I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but he has been working on that, like, non-stop while juggling 2 other games for months. And he's been making all of his future games Unity, but the real trick was porting the first game to Unity, and that's what took the longest.
Really, really good.
So hopefully it'll be, you know, not as buggy as other versions. You know, I definitely... You and I both have the same problem, where it crashed during the final boss fight.
Yeah.
It was just like... And this is before I knew what Sam was. You know, I just, like, tweeted, "No!" And he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm working on it right now." And I'm like, yay! You know, now it's one of those things that I've come to, like, know and respect Sam Betos as one of my best international buddies. So, you know, it's like, I really try to, like, you know, I approach it with the same way that I've approached all the Screw Attack people for, like, 8 million years. I'm like, "Hey, I don't want to sound like I'm being overbearing, but how are you?" And he's just like, "I'm chill, just cut it out." I'm like,
Yeah, I still remember streaming that and finding that happening.
yeah. Actually, it was because of that bug, I actually postponed completing Hard as Balls mode and saving that for a follow-up stream that lasted until like 5 in the morning. Because I got stuck on, like, it was like when he drops the second Morning Star. You know, is the part that I kept dying at. And the fact that you only get 2 hit points instead of 3 did not help.
Yeah.
But, one of the biggest changes, and I guess I can talk about this, is, like, a lot of the instant death blocks and things that would kill you instantly have been either toned down or removed because they were there at Craig's behest, and it's not Craig's game anymore. So, you know, it just might be playable. I know the second game was way better about that than the first.
Mode,
Do what now?
From what I heard, there's still an old school mode, though.
Yes. Oh, I found one. They got...
Good, that should be the last one.
Oh, wow! Okay, that was quick. Oh, I guess what I have it for this one, too. LOL!
Maybe we're doing so well, the Zeds are regrouping.
I'm not killing, I'm not earning, which is bad.
It's going to be interesting because it's supposed to be coming to Xbox as well. And I've asked him, it's like, how are the achievements going to work? It's like, well, I presume the publisher, Screenwave, would just lift it from the Steam list. And I'm like, you might want to look at those. It may have been a while. Some of them are unfathomably cruel. And he's like, oh crap, no, we can't do that. No, never mind. No, we're going to fix that. I'm like, good. Thank you.
One of those was clearing yellow mode on the original.
Yeah. I think there's only been one recorded person to do it on stream or something like that, and just no. Don't.
Yeah, no, it was too much for me to do impossible even.
Well, I mean, like, I would consider myself to be a competent, not skilled, but competent platformer, and the thing that's going to prevent me from completing a game like that is fatigue. Because I am going to get tired, and that's when you get tired is when you make mistakes. So to play it on YOLO and get that achievement, just like, F off, man. I stand no chance of getting that. Why is the floor on fire?
Someone activated the trap.
That's a thing?
Jinx on me spray.
Yeah, the levers can be traps.
Why do we have that lever?
And honestly, it would have been, the death blocks would have been too much for me on YOLO.
Yep.
Just remembering how to get through them all.
Yup.
Because like the second one, playing through that wasn't so bad, so I was okay with doing that one on Impossible.
Yeah.
Except for the final boss.
Yeah, you made mention that turbo was almost a necessity if you were gonna.
I had to use turbo at the very end.
Will not last forever, Piggy. Hurry.
I feel like I should try it again now, because maybe I can button mash fast enough, but...
How's everyone for ammo?
But yeah, when I streamed it, I had to use turbo to get through that final boss.
Mm-hmm. It's just gonna be really interesting for people that actually have played the original version to go into play this one and see just the number of changes that, you know, not just quality of life improvements, but also like engine improvements, because, you know, everything's running in Unity now, which might fix some of the jankiness.
Yeah, I feel like I'd do better at the first one now. Those changes.
Dude dropped in speakers. He's got jam speakers. Look at that.
So dark in here.
Beauty.
10 seconds, Piggies. 10 seconds.
Excuse me.
Don't worry, dipshit. You'll be dead. It's dark in here. Careful.
I get it. The music's supposed to be like Halloween. I get it. Ha 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 ha. Oh, just this half of the courtyard, just not the other half.
Oh. I need to check. PS1 Classic's still $60 now, right now.
Is it really?
It jumped back up when the pandemic started.
Guess people wanted that instead of a Raspberry Pi for their tinkering fun.
I like pie.
I do. I love pie.
But I remember when everyone was still saying hold off when it was $20. It's like, oh, it went back up.
Yeah, I didn't know it ever got that low. The lowest what's up, Vinny? The lowest I ever saw was 30. But even then, I was like, even for like what people were doing of taking like and just like loading it up with like ROMs and everything, I was like, okay, whatever. You know, that doesn't appeal to me because I probably already have those on another platform already.
Yeah.
But I can understand it being super popular with other people, you know, just like, cool. Now that Analog Duo, on the other hand, yeah! Let's talk about that for a second. That was...
I'm still good with my briefcase unit, but I'll look into it still anyway.
I'm definitely going to, because I've never been entirely happy with how well my Duo output RGB, because it still has jail bars, and I found out that if it wasn't the result of a bad RGB job, it's just an inherent flaw in the hardware. Like, almost all of them have that, and I'm just like, well, that's really unfortunate. You know, so I was thinking, like, that would be the perfect solution for me to get, you know, the best picture quality I possibly can and be able to play the entire library that I already own. So.
Get yourself a Botox.
But, you know, it's like, will I sell my Duo? Probably not. Just for, you know, like, with the amount of trouble that I went through and had all the capacitors replaced and all that fun stuff, you know, put a lot of money into that. I'd be kind of mad if I just sold it to somebody else that wouldn't be able to appreciate it the same way I do. But, you know, just not having to worry about that, not having to worry about leaky capacitors. You know, the fact that it can play both regions without having to have an ugly region mod performed on it, you know, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. In fact, it'll play Super Graphics right out the belt.
Oh my god, yeah, I keep forgetting about that. That'd be great to get the Super Graphics version of Ghosts and Goblins. I'm sorry, Ghouls and Ghosts, and play that version. Yeah. I've always wanted to try that one. I've played the Genesis one for years.
Yeah. You ever wanted to play Haunted Castle?
I have that. Oh, we're back in the other half of the courtyard now.
Yeah.
So the only concern that I have, and it's a minor one, is that the fact that the Hue card has to be inserted so far into it makes it look like the PC Engine version of Street Fighter 2 will probably be unplayable, unless if they release some kind of an adapter, because its ROM chips are like huge. They're not just like the regular sized Hue cards. That, and it pretty much eliminates any possibility of any EverDrive being able to work with it. But then again, you know, that's not a deal breaker to me.
Yeah.
What you're gonna get out of it is certainly offsets the downside to it to me. And the fact that they've held the price at $200 and included a mechanical drive makes me wonder, are they going to do a Sega Genesis version like that next year? That'd be kind of neat.
You never know.
Because I was, like, you know, seriously worried that, like, if they were going to do a Duo, it would probably look like a Core Graphics with, like, the expansion port on the back of it so you could get, like, the CD-ROM attachment and hook it up. And then I started looking up the prices of what those CD-ROM attachments go for in the United States and how, like, not reliable they are 30 years later. I suddenly became very nervous.
Yeah. I feel lucky with mine.
Yeah.
I haven't tested it though, of course, but hooking that up still a thing.
It's revolting.
But it had both parts in it, so
that's good. Because I was originally looking to go that route, and then I don't know why. Oh no, it was because of this YouTube channel, Turbo Views. The dude's handle is like Spida, but it's spelled with like a number 1 in there instead of an I. But he did a whole big thing about like when he he lost his TG16 and his CD-ROM in a flood. And he managed to pick up a complete and box Duo from a mom and pop video game shop that was going out of business for like $350 or something like that back in like '95. And he was just talking about like how much of a huge difference it was for him being able to do that, and then found out that like, oh yeah, it's region free. So he started like importing stuff, and I guess when you live in California, you have people that can do that for you. There was no. If you were to ask me back in the '90s, how do you import something? I'd be like, haha, what? I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, if it wasn't for the My Life in Gaming episode on all the RGB stuff,
yep,
I probably would have gotten a Duo.
Yeah, no, like, I got that thing back in the summer of 12 when I had so much money lying around, you know, from work. And I was just like, well, what can I do here? Let me do this. Because, like, I was trying to rationalize, like, what if you go to MagFest and you find one there? I'm like, it's going to be gone before I even get there. Like, that's going to sell out in the first hour. You know?
Yeah, that was me with the MSX this year.
Yeah. You know, like, when I went back for the Famicom Disk System, you know, I'm surprised that was still there when I bought it. And then you told me about the MSX, and I'm like, oh, boy. That didn't last very long.
I don't think it was the model I would have wanted anyway, so.
It was like the MSX2 is like, isn't that the one that everybody wanted?
Yeah, you'd want the 2 at the very least. I think there's a 2 turbo as well, though.
I was not aware of that. That's actually really good to know.
I noticed at least the 1 turbo. I can't remember if there's a 2 turbo. There's something I'd like to see a panel on that.
Oh, a panel about MSXs?
Or just any of those old PCs.
Yeah, the Japanese home computer market was particularly, like, competitive and, like, vastly different than what we had over here or what was over in the UK. You know, and it's just the whole story about, like, even Microsoft saying, hey, we're going to build the computer standard, and then it only catches on in Japan. What? You know, that it's just like, life is strange, man.
Sorry.
No, you're good. That would be something I would definitely line up to go watch. Please, educate me. Or those guys that keep talking about Falcom. Always happy to see those guys there. MagFest 2022. You've got over a year to prepare for it. Hopefully the Rona will be gone by then. Please, come out. We would love to see you.
Oh yeah, there's the other reason to look at that analog turbo graphics, because I've got all those Dragon Slayer games now.
Yeah!
Falcom stuff.
You know what? I actually remembered seeing a copy of Dragon Slayer at the duo version at East Starland at one point. Not having, and this is before, like, I started, like, connecting the dots with all the Falcom games. You know, I was just like, I should have bought it. One of those definite I should haves. I feel so bad that I didn't, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd get to see a copy in the wild, so.
Well, I mean, it's like right up there with, like, all the cool stuff that I've ever seen there. It's like, either I don't have money on it, or I did, and I just didn't get it because I thought nobody would buy it because it was so expensive. The first of those big regrets was the Ninja Gaiden trilogy for the Super Nintendo. That was stupid. It even had the manual, too. So my atonement for that was the SNES version of Dracula X. And that one had the manual, so I was very happy to get that. It was just very cool to see that running opposite of Rondo of Blood.
At this point, my regret was never picking up the boxed versions of the Terra Enigma repro cards.
Oh, well, does
by the time I finally wanted it, nobody had it or boxed at least.
Well, does Flashback not offer it anymore?
I think they do. It's just I was wanting to get it at MagFest because I had gotten all the others at MagFest.
I see. You wanted to get it from the same table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, I got them all from Cons at least.
Okay.
I think the Legion of Kai I got at SGC, I think. Maybe. Because I know I got Illusion of Gaia first, then I got Soul Blazer and Grandmaster Stream the same year.
Mm-hmm. Grand Stream Saga. Yeah, I remember, like...
At that point, I finally...
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I was saying, it was at that point I finally wanted a Terra Enigma, but I never spotted a box copy that year, and then basically all the repro boots were gone this year.
How's everyone for ammo?
It's like that, and then the other one I regret not being able to grab was last year at Phoenix Comic Con I saw a repro cart of the Japanese version of Castlevania 3 translated.
Oh, wow! I heard that one had some crazy, crazy stuff with the music.
It does. I technically have a repro cart now in a Famicom cartridge.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of awkward to use.
Right. Don't you, didn't you get the Famicom version of, Battle Kid 2 as well?
Battle Kid 1.
Okay.
Yes.
Hope you're ready.
Yeah, I've got that. That was worth getting. I need to get a copy of the original version again at some point.
Yeah, I just need to get around to just playing them again.
Yeah. My copy of 2 is still unsealed.
It's
or unopened, rather.
Unopened and protected by a special collector's dust, which seals the package hermetically, so it prevents any oxidization on the contacts. We could play the game. What's on L's shelf? I mean, it'll be a new YouTube series.
A whole new shelf.
I mean, that's it. That's
Chicken
that's
three.
not the only sealed game up there. I still have a collector's copy of Police Origin up there.
Nice.
Oh, that's a Scrag.
Yeah, that was a Scrag.
Oh, there's another one right here.
So, yeah, I think those are my only 2 games actually up there. Still on box.
Which well, it was the Origins, the one from Limited Run.
Yeah, it was the PS4 collector.
Right.
I picked up the Switch one at the time I could afford it, and I already dropped it. They're like, oh yeah, we had to stop it early because of the Steelbook.
Oh, right, yeah.
I made sure not to make that mistake with Shantae, though.
Yes. Yeah, I just think it was really funny when they... What was it, 2 years ago that they had the PAX East collection where it was just like the Shantae box by itself? And I was just like, just watch them go ahead and do a repro card of the Game Boy Color. And like that'll ever happen. Oh, by the way, it did happen. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So do I just need to keep making absurd that'll never happen claims and then they happen? Is that how it works? Like,
oh, they'll never release Scott Pilgrim.
Coming December. Oh, man, that was
How they joke about that.
Oh man, let the joke never die. But now that it's happened, what's up, Vork?
Hey, Vork.
You know what will never happen? Need for Speed Underground 2 Remastered. What was so special about 2?
That was the first open world one.
Oh, was it really?
The anticipation is
Yep.
mounting.
Gotcha.
Just 10 more seconds until the real experiment begins.
Yeah, that was the first open world Need for Speed game that I know of. I don't remember if the first one, original was, but I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either, because I just remember the demo on the PS2, and it was just like, this kid didn't know how to shift gears on the kiosk, and it just drove me crazy because it sounded so horrible. It's like, you're gonna ruin your transmission!
Yeah, the first Underground wasn't open world, which, yeah, that does feel weird now, but that was back when I was actually playing those games quite a bit, because I still think Hot Pursuit 2 is the best one they've done, honestly.
Is that the one with the Diablo on the cover?
Yes.
Okay. Remember when it used...
That's still my favorite Need for Speed of all time.
Remember when it was
so good.
Remember when it was called Road and Track Presents The Need for Speed?
Yep, for one game.
One game!
I remember when we did a rally game.
Say again, you broke up.
Remember when they did a rally game?
Yeah! Remember when they had the Porsche license for 25 years? That's how all the Forza players got introduced to the brand Roof. That looks like a Porsche. It's not. It's a roof. Why?
A roof.
Because it has a different VIN number. That's why. Watch, it goes faster than this Ferrari. Wow, that's cool! Why have a V12 when you can have a flat 6? F you, Ferrari. Okay, that looked like the smallest nuclear explosion I've ever seen in my life.
Nuclear.
Nuclearpower.com. Oh, we did it. Sweet.
Yeah. I think I can say my favorite Need for Speeds are Hot Pursuit 2, the original Most Wanted, and it's hard to say after that.
No Zeds penetrated the perimeter. I am surprised and a bit sick. Your success is revolting.
Your success is revolting, yeah.
Stay focused. Our enemies are most dangerous when close to defeat.
Fantastique, thanks. Let's talk.
So that's your plan? Run out of ammo, then die painfully?
Hesitant about that remaster of
Reloading.
the more recent Hot Pursuit.
A lot of crazy stuff is happening at Rooster Teeth. Let's keep it light, Fork. What is happening other than what was announced recently? Did something else happen?
Sometimes I wish I was a cat.
Oh, just the recent stuff? Okay, then yeah. Yes, crazy things are happening. As Wordman eloquently stated earlier, everyone is canceled because nobody's perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Only 10 more seconds of shopping. No time for bargain hunting.
Good lord, we're on wave 10 already?
Yep.
Secure the perimeter
Wise
and
when
keep
you're
all the
shooting
Zeds out.
Zeds.
If you
Yep.
can.
Good lord.
Move on, friends. There are more to kill.
Jesus!
Oh, that's right then.
Yeah, that's an explosion. I mean, I just
Somebody
fired
got
my...
flesh pound in here.
Oh, is that what that is? Oh, God!
I just heard a character go flesh pound. And... Hear that?
That shit pounding. Oh, God.
Honest, I've got a little more progress on my PS5 pre-order now.
Oh, yeah?
Because my PayPal card, the war points were finally working again, so I grabbed a $50 Amazon card off of that.
Yay. Yeah, I gotta remember that trick. Now that money's coming back in and just keep doing that stuff. But
There's
Amazon
a bonus
has...
trick for that. If you have Prime
Yes.
and you put money on your balance from your debit card,
Yes.
you'll get an extra 2%.
Totally secure.
Oh!
The Zeds are far
That's
from
certainly not for nothing.
protection.
Yeah. It used to be you had to auto load like per week or something like that. But now it's just if you have Prime, debit cards can get an extra 2% when you add to your gift card balance.
Nice.
You won with near perfect form. Even a fool gets lucky.
2020 is a crazy year. Yes. Crazier than 2019 by a country mile.
You know, they say hindsight is 2020.
Oh gosh. Can't wait. Can't wait till this is
More bullets.
in the hindsight of 2020. Anybody need money? I've got literally everything I could ever need. Oh, except for health. Hold on. There we go. Now I have everything I could need.
Go team us, eh?
think I'm good.
Some spare cash for someone.
Everyone just throwing their money at Word.
Yeah.
Ready, folks?
I swim in money. I have that much.
How's the gang all doing?
I'm alright, thanks.
Still believe Andrew Garfield and Toby will be in Spider-Man 3. That still feels so crazy
The
to think that
anticipation
could
is
happen.
mounting. Just 10 more seconds until
So I thought it was confirmed. So that's just a hypothesis because of the Doctor Strange thing?
They haven't confirmed those two, but they did confirm Jamie Foxx is coming in as Electro from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, okay, so he's playing the same character. Oh,
Yeah.
it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
But yeah, the fact he's back definitely gives that rumor some credence.
Oh boy. He's coming up the stairs! Get him before he teleports and gets his.
Down.
Well, you don't have the achievement before, you have it now.
I think I had it already.
Don't, no Tom Cruise is Iron Man. Stop it. That makes me physically ill.
Hang on, you take me.
That would just be weird.
Well, I mean, allegedly he was the first picking of the original. And I was like, no, just don't. Besides, Tom Cruise looks weird in a mustache and a beard anyway. You ever see The Last Samurai? Doesn't look natural.
That map yet.
Which one do I haven't done?
I don't think I've done the manor yet.
Okay, then let's which one is that called?
Voltaire Manor.
Voltaire
The next to last
Manor.
one.
Okay. Does that mean we can get Nick Cage as Ghost Rider? What? No, stop it. Man, never before have I felt so betrayed by a trailer, and then the movie's just absolutely nothing. Good lord, the trailer for Ghost Rider looks so much better than the actual movie, which is like why they can show you exactly what they want to show you. And then you go see it.
And then the sequel happens.
Yeah, and then it's just like, it was like right after Constantine came out. It's like, oh, we have the devil curing cancer in DC and Marvel movies. You know? You take Josh Brolin as Iron Man, that sounds like an interesting choice. But I know we've talked about it before. Give me Josh Brolin as Cable again. Because that was awesome.
I wish we could get the people from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. into an actual MCU movie.
That would be nice.
Still a level 21 field medic.
I mean, what is your progression to leveling up? You just gotta heal people a bunch? Or I'm sure there's like some meta gun weaponry that you can use to that should probably help too. Or is it just healing people?
Teammates and dealing field weapon damage.
Well, you gotta find out what the field weapons are then. Nicolas Cage did have a tattoo of Ghost Rider on his arm, but the movie needed to remove it because it's weird to have a. If he was in a Deadpool movie, they would have like called attention to that and like made it an in joke. And Chris Evans can return as Human Torch? No. Although I do remember when Michael B. Jordan said when he got casted as Killmonger in Black Panther, he said it's good to be back in the good Marvel movies again. And I was like, oh my god. He just said that.
Mission is underway.
Which, by the... Whoa! We just started and there's already guys up in our face. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger was pretty great.
Yeah.
I was very pleased to see that at the Draft House. Never mind the company I was with at the time. Uh-oh, what is it? Is it...
It's the Dosh.
It's the Dosh? Okay, we're looking for bling. Dosh, 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 cash, money, money, money.
Loads of money.
Yes.
I like shooting them.
I do hope they are at least gonna go somewhere with that stinger from Far From Home.
Oh, God, I hope so, too. You're talking about the very end, right?
Yeah, the sword bit.
The sword
Or
bit.
what looks like the sword part. Or forming sword, rather.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about who appeared at the Jumbotron at the very end with the... What the F?
Oh, that'll be good, too. I mean, the other stinger. With Fury.
Oh, because he was on vacation, but he really wasn't on vacation, but he was on vacation. So is that him forming sword with the Skrulls? Because I don't know anything about sword.
It's potentially going in that direction. It's basically Shield in space.
Shield in space.
It's in space.
You need medical attention.
No, it's their offensive agency, basically.
Gotcha. You think Blade will show up, the Wesley Snipes version? I hope so. I remember when they asked John Boyega if he would like to play Blade, and his immediate response was, I'd rather have Wesley Snipes come back as Blade. And I'm like, that's a good guy right there. That's a very good guy right there. Speaking of John Boyega, I haven't seen Pacific Rim 2. Was that any good?
I never saw it.
Okay. I loved the original. Loved the original.
I think I have it on my computer.
That was one of the last, if not the last, movies I actually saw at a regular theater before Guardians of the Galaxy release, and I saw that at the Draft House.
Port's closed.
Trying to steal the
Could make a difference.
Bugs me that there's no. I'd have to drive back to Virginia to go to the Draft House. That just annoys me. No, Ben Affleck as the Daredevil. No, that never happened. No, we're not. No, I don't care about the multiverse anymore. Daredevil never happened. I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
I was gonna say only if we get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles somehow.
Oh!
But all the draft houses are temporarily closed now.
Hey, Tom, I'm
Like the
bringing the
Panda.
party to you.
Okay. See, like, I thought they just recently reopened.
They were reopening, then they closed back down to all but 2 of them, and then those 2 had to close as well.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, because the one by me was one of the last 2 they kept open.
Oh boy.
Because it was the original. Or one of the originals, rather.
Right.
But yeah, they're temporarily completely closed.
I gotta be honest with you. I didn't think Michael Clark Duncan as the Kingpin was any good. I really don't think he brought anything to the table.
Watch me. I'm reloading.
I loved it.
I honestly don't remember that movie very well. I saw it.
Oh, we got a blow on you, 6.
I remember Elektra being introduced and then killed off in the same movie, and I'm like, well, that's dumb. And then the Elektra movie happened, and I was like, wow, this is even worse.
You are officially
Electric
poor.
nachos?
My top tip: earn more.
Do what now?
Fantastic.
Electric nachos?
No. Elektra.
Thanks.
Jennifer Garner. No Daredevil, no Elektra.
Come on, Zeds. Not shooting.
You earned the money. Now spend it.
Get Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk. He's cameoed in almost every Hulk movie, though. Like, I remember he was in the Ed Norton movie, and he was the security guard.
I need more
Yeah.
cash. What's new, Anna?
Oh, wasn't there one on the bed? No, there isn't. Is there one on the nightstand? No.
Come on, no, me.
There's a security camera. I never noticed that before.
There's one.
Yay!
There you go.
Thank you.
Last chance. I have to power down the
I'll
pod.
try to stop healing myself so you can heal me.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Keep the area secure.
Oh.
It's right here.
Oh. All down the fort.
Oh no, it's bigger for it than I thought.
Alright. To weld the door.
You can now if you want to. Oh, crap.
Yeah. You know, I've still been trying to get my dad to watch the rest of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, no, they're good. I mean, there are some that are better than others, but, you know, I still think they're all good. It's just like, you know, you gotta just be in the right frame of mind for the third one because there's just too much going on.
Yeah. But he saw... I know he wasn't the biggest fan of Spider-Man from the beginning. And I think he saw the first movie and didn't like it that much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Excellent. The area remains totally secure.
But I've been trying for years to get him to at least watch Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is, like, far and away the best one.
Nice work.
Just, like...
We can reopen the trigger pods.
I mean, like, even the trailer for it was just totally made the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end for months. You know, just like, do you love me or not? Just one kiss, eyes closed, spider sense, cars going through the window of the cafe, and all you see is arms, and then there's him, and then nothing. And you're like, oh my god! This is really happening! Literally my favorite villain is getting in the second movie. With quite possibly the best use of Sam Raimi's unique take on horror when he's waking up in the surgery ward. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
I just look at that scene like, wow, somebody really wants to make Evil Dead 4 very, very much. Good lord, Spider-Man 2 is such a good movie.
I concur.
Yeah.
Have you checked your ammo? Didn't think so.
What is this, wave 4? Oh, it's wave 3.
Buy more ammo.
I'll wait one more. Get Terry Crews to play Luke Cage? Ooh. You know what? I don't know enough about Luke Cage to say that one way or another. I mean, what was wrong with the guy that played him in the Netflix series?
Can't tell if
Time's
he's
almost
saying
up.
that for the joke. Doesn't he Power Man?
Wait, isn't Power Man Luke Cage?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, no, just like, yeah, I thought that was, I thought they were the same guy. Or was that the joke? I'm sorry. Did I just ruin it?
I'm wondering if it's because of that joke.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, I really don't see, like, why they couldn't just bring back all the actors that played the, in the Netflix series. Have them all come back. You know, especially... See, it's really funny for me because I haven't seen The Punisher, but I've seen Ford vs. Ferrari, and the guy who plays Lee Iacocca in Ford vs. Ferrari plays The Punisher. And I was just... just seeing this guy calm, quiet, demeanored, savvy businessman is The Punisher. What? Because I know, like, in a perfect world, Tom Jane would come back and that would be it. But I've been told this guy plays the Punisher in such a way that it's just like, you believe everything that he says, even though his means are absolutely brutal. Jessica Jones and everything.
What do you think of the Ray Stevenson version?
The Warzone one? I haven't seen it outside of the trailer.
I saw that once.
Because I remember there was a scene where he, like, comes through the ceiling and he's, like, spinning, shooting pistols, kind of like Boondock Saints, and I thought, oh, that's cool. But there was, like, this one scene where, like, he's talking to a guy, clearly the guy he's talking to is a bad guy, gets what he wants, and then he just shoots him, and his partner's like, why'd you do that? And I was just like, I don't know if that was a callback to the one time that he was working with Spider-Man and he did that. And he's like, why did you have to do that? Because I honestly know more Punisher from the comics. I just haven't seen anything else out of the Tom Jane series. I really want to see the Netflix series. I really want to see the Netflix Daredevil as well. I heard Iron Fist wasn't that great, but I still kind of feel like I should check them out anyway. Like, just in case. Oh, that's a bloat. Ah, it burns. It's also the last one.
Perfect. Pod is open again. Let's get you restocked.
I started Daredevil and I was just like, this is a bit much for me right now.
Just too much going on in the world at the moment.
MVP that time.
Yeah, well, more just, I wasn't ready for how brutal the show actually was.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Bullseye.
I did not know that.
Well, it's more just, I wasn't ready for it at the time, and it just kind of threw me off for a little while.
Okay, that's understandable.
And I just hadn't gotten back to it.
I never would have guessed that.
Glad you made it back.
Oh man, you know what? That reminds me. I still haven't checked out the trailer for it, but like you all post. I think actually you might have actually posted on the Discord. WandaVision.
Enemies on the scope.
Oh yeah.
Just the screenshots of that make me go, oh my goodness.
That already looks like it's gonna be weird.
Yeah. Tom, how about the Fantastic Four from 1994?
Hurry up.
To be cast no, they're way too old. Vork, you gotta remember, 1994 was over 25 years ago. It's not gonna work.
Protect the area.
What again with this?
Is everyone healthy?
Remember to pull out your knife to run faster. Nyah! What is this? I found Shotgun Zoo if anybody wants one.
Ow.
Chris Evans is Johnny Blaze again.
I'll take it.
Didn't that come up on him?
That was nice.
I think of that second Punisher movie, and the only thing I can remember is the scene where he fixes his nose with a pencil.
Oh! Oh, that just sounds awful.
It looked pretty bad. Seeing that.
I mean, like, now I have to offset that with remembering from the first Punisher movie where he torches the guy with a popsicle. Oh, that was a good movie. You get to watch Nicolas Cage get dragged into a fiery explosion, and he tortures a guy with a popsicle on a stake. It's pretty great. Good movie. Good movie. If Mark Hamill can return it... No! Stop it! The only reason why it worked with Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill is because they actually wrote it into the characters being that all that time later. Look at... Has there been a future version of the Fantastic Four where everybody's old and they're still doing it?
The area remains totally secure.
No.
I mean, there was a lead of Reed Richards, so no doubt.
Right.
Excellent shooting.
Also, you gotta remember they made that movie to make the deadline and then intentionally not release it. But somehow it still got out anyway, and to this day people are still saying that's the best Fantastic Four movie, which is saying a lot.
You earned the most
Yeah.
I mean, I had free tickets to go see Rise of the Silver Surfer, and I still didn't go. It just looked that bad to me.
I still haven't seen it. I still haven't seen that.
I refuse to. Much in the same way I still refuse to see the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but, you know, now if they're going to bring Garfield into the fold, I guess I should find out about Electro. If that really is going to happen.
You're running low on
they've confirmed Electro is in.
Oh, boy. Jamie Foxx just scares me as a person, like, especially after watching Baby Driver. Oh, my God, I'm terrified. Good Lord. Great movie. Great movie. Go watch Baby Driver.
You earned the money. Now spend
It totally does not end the way you expect it to, and sometimes that's okay. No, it totally doesn't.
When's the next band on? Come on.
I just... without giving anything away about the ending, the one time he's not driving, something bad happens.
Oh, hello.
I just think that's funny. The one time he's not driving, something bad happens.
Superior tech.
So, about that shotgun.
Oh, I sold it! Hey, Craig, what's going on?
Sorry. Oh, hey, Craig.
Superior tech.
Happy Tuesday. What's up, Skistimas Nation?
Oh, hi.
Superior
How are y'all
tech.
doing? Craig, I've heard you've been absolutely kicking ass at Mario 35. Congratulations on your continued dominance. And also super excited about Collaborator Club. I signed up as soon as you posted about that on the Twitter machine. No! Yes! No! Yes!
Heads up. Reloading.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Robot. Oh, flesh pound.
Oh, God.
No! Oh god, that's a Scrag.
Oh, over there.
You are the best ever. You are the greatest! Craig, how are you at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? I would love to throw down with you on that. Because I've been playing that with Teddy Long on my off time when I'm not streaming. And it's just like, God. The only other person I can hold as an equal is G1 Mario Miyamoto, Henry Perez. If I can describe that kid in one word, he's gifted.
Glad to see you made it.
There we go.
Make for the pod and gear up.
Oh no, don't be so modest, sir.
Good
We all
team's
know.
work and everyone
Your
survived.
uncontested Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo skills.
My camera captures this place.
Come on. Whee!
Yeah, come on.
Come on, Mother Mate.
Get them off.
Ammo check.
You've no grenades. Buy
There
some.
we go.
Ah, no. Yes. Okay.
That's one shot.
New round in.
Oh yeah, no. If anything, Craig, having Collaborator Club around has actually made me sit down and say, I need to make a greeting video. I've been putting off on doing that on Twitch and YouTube for way too long, and now, if this is going to go ahead and help me grow and create and reach out to other people, they might want to know who the F I am and what I do. And then all the, just like, it's just common sense. So just thank you for, making me actually... Oh, I found one. There we go.
Watch me. I'm reloading.
Actually get off of my derriere and actually do something about it. Also, we're playing Third Strike on Friday if you're not busy. I'd love to square off against your Akuma again. That was so epic. Literally the last match at SGC 2016. It's you and me. And we're just throwing mid-air fireballs at each other, and they're canceling each other out, and he just demon my ass into the great beyond. That is something I will carry with me forever. That was so freaking epic.
His bacon was my...
Oh, his bacon was mightier. The bacon
It was
mightier.
extra crispy.
The mighty bacon. That actually reminds me, Wordman, your t-shirt design. I've actually handed that off to Henry, and he's putting his own unique art style onto it now. Oh crap! I'm getting torn up here.
Got him.
There we- Thank you, Wordman.
You're welcome.
Do you have that grenade that does the healing field?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Whoops. How about I not?
The area
You haven't played since then? Well, I remember at RTX 17, you hadn't played since SGC the year before. Showed up, who wants to lose at Third Strike, and lose did people do. You make it look so easy. But then again, you've got years and years of muscle memory and experience that I only got in the last 8 years.
Your work
You
was
know?
flawless.
I'm a Johnny-come-lately, but I
You
love
know
it
how
so
to stay
badly.
alive out there. A good instinct.
Kill for a stein of good German beer.
German beer?
Broken day for a broken world. And if we can fix it.
We're in danger of looking like a team here.
Let's talk. She'll be on us any
Bill?
second.
Want my
Do I
advice?
have
Oh,
enough?
that's a lovely sound.
Stock up
I do
on
have
food.
enough. Thank you.
You do earn some money.
Fabulous.
Does anybody have any money? I accidentally spent everything. Thank you. That's enough.
Mon-
Yeah.
That's enough.
money,
All right.
money.
All right, here we go. Let's return the favor. There you go.
Cash for someone?
Thank you very much. It was just to get some more grenades. Because your boy...
Granada.
Yes. If I played against Max, he will beat my
Bring
ass.
up the trading controls and upgrade your
It
gear.
was a piece of advantage content some time ago, back when we were doing the 10-year anniversary for Third Strike. Chad and Nick were playing with us, and then Max went live, and then they went over to his stream to go play against him, and that's where the whole "don't worry, Nick, Ibuki's a hard character to learn," thing came from. And then freaking Chad and Max went blow for blow, and I don't even remember how their match ended. But yeah, that was a piece of advantage content from way back when. No, it wasn't the 10-year; it was the 15th anniversary. I apologize. I'm incorrect. I'm getting my dates mixed up.
Also, it was the night that Screw Attack Chris was born.
Yes, that's right, when Vito, G1 the Red Punk, created Screw Attack Chris, because Max forgot who Chad was. Oh, hey, it's Screw Attack Chris! Oh my god. That was wild. That was so crazy. I still have that picture somewhere. I know Vito does. He's never without it. Where is everybody?
was in
Oh
the
god! No! Get out of here.
There we go.
Move on, friends. There are more to kill.
Ding, ding, ding.
I'm ahead of you.
Hey.
Oh,
As spy.
Boom.
bringing the whole party.
Reloading.
Yeah, I was just like, where is everybody? So, like, your little healing darts, is that your secondary fire, or is that something you have to switch to?
I think that's his other pistol.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the starting pistol for Field Medic. Has that as an alt fire.
So does Chad, and you still have... Yeah, I know. Vork, let me clarify this. I would never turn down an invitation for Maximilian. It's just that, like, he and I don't have the same rapport as I do with Chad. You know, like, Chad's the guy that stayed up till, like, 3 in the morning, his time, just so I can learn how to be Akuma better. You know, that's... It's just that, like, him beating me down is just another random guy on the internet, you know? And when Chad does it, it's like, it's somebody he knows he met and can call up on the phone and S-talk to me. You know, there's the difference. Again, if Max would join us, that would be great. Do I expect him to? Absolutely not. He doesn't know who I am.
Fix it.
And why should he?
I've been playing Max.
You know what? I haven't checked on ranked matches on the 360 in a while. Is UFC Jim still out there?
I doubt it.
Oh God, the lore behind him. I know Evil. What about Evil Ryu 78? Because I almost beat him one time, but he's like the highest ranked person on the 360.
Have got plenty.
Don't know.
Because UFC Jim, whatever his name is, that guy was a trip. It's like, he would sit there, and he would only face you if you were worthy. Or it's at least a high enough rank, otherwise he wouldn't ready up.
Time's up. Go kill
Can't imagine
If he's ever
I can't. Is he just that much of a toolbox, or is he just like, this is his code of honor, and he will only follow that?
Oh wait, look. I wonder if he's ever fought Pikachu Kuma.
You know what? I've watching Pikachu Akuma stuff. I've never seen his name come up, but I would love to see the two of them go at it. Pikachu Akuma is highly entertaining to watch, and the best part about him is that he still shows when he loses, which isn't often, but when he does, you know, at least you learn something from watching him how to play. You know, that's the whole thing. Like I was talking about it earlier today. I've been on Twitter. I was talking about the VTuber Amelia Watson, and she was playing Apex Legends yesterday, and I was watching her play because, like, Gerardo plays Apex, but he plays it way too fast that I can't follow along with what he's doing. But, like, watching Amelia play it, and she's good, I was just like, oh man, this is what I'm doing wrong. Or like, these are the good spots on the map to follow. It's like, I want somebody to hopefully learn something.
And learning is half the battle.
G.I. Joe! Because like, I like the battle royale genre. I just wish I was better at it. I mean, it just, at least when you go into playing Apex Legends, if you've played Titanfall multiplayer at least once, it should be familiar to you out of the gate. Because they share so much in common. And I think that's actually really cool that they did that. I don't think a battle royale with Titans would work, though. I think it'd be a little bit too crazy. But you know what would work? ODSTs. An ODST battle royale would be excellent.
Come see me. The pod's safely open. Nicely done. Slick work. System says
Tom,
you are
don't
the
give
best
Freeze
team
4-3 an
player.
idea that's going to take 2 years to get right. Or to get fixed.
Hello. You need ammo. That's it.
I was actually more hoping that, you know, because of Gears tactics, I was kind of hoping that they would actually go ahead and make a strategy game with ODSTs instead. You know, kind of like, you know, just because of like how well Gears tactics has turned out.
Fantastic, thanks. Is that better? Really, really good.
Mushi, I love that fireball emote you got there.
Broken day for a broken world. If we can fix
Hadouken!
Yep.
You know what could almost do a battle royale, and they were pretty close already. Smash.
Really?
Zeds are getting closer.
They weren't that far off with Smash Run on the 3DS.
Oh, you know what? I've never played the 3DS version of Smash, so I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
Break time's over.
It was basically, you had a giant
Zeds
map
inbound.
that you went around and killed enemies to get power-ups. And then you had a fight after like a certain amount of time passed.
That actually
Or like
sounds
if you
amazing.
if you ever played Kirby Air Ride, did the city trial, same idea.
Okay. See, that would actually be really, really interesting.
Yeah, they could do something like that with Smash as a battle royale. I think it could work if they did it right.
See, now we need to... See, my uncle works at Nintendo. I'll tell him, and he'll tell Mr. Nintendo, and then we'll see it at the Treehouse at E3 2023.
Yeah, like that was my favorite thing from Smash 4, honestly, was Smash Run, because that was just so different, and I liked the idea of it.
Oh, that's cool. I was just
But it was
hoping...
only on 3DS.
Right, it's forever trapped there. See, I never would have known because, like, you know, with me, me being the only person in the world that plays Smash Brothers on an arcade stick, you know, it's like, how am I supposed to do that on the 3DS? Especially after, I think it was Dylan Toomey that posted the picture that he snapped his thumb circle pad right off from playing Smash too much or something like that. I was like, oh, that's bad.
I mean, if I ever hooked it back up. I've got that hitbox with the stick on it.
Yeah. Hitbox. Gerardo's got a hitbox. Mushi, which channel is that from? Is that from Craig's channel?
Looks like it is.
Yeah, Mushi, I only had Smash on the Wii U. Oh, I'm out? Really? Pistolero time!
So I can open the trader pod for you.
Yeah, I like the 3DS version more than the Wii U version for Smash 4, to be honest.
Just because of the gameplay features?
Yeah, Smash Run was a big part of it, and I also didn't like Wii U's classic mode.
The classic mode. Right.
Yeah, I didn't like how they did it in Wii U.
Spend wisely. You've got a real fight ahead.
Oh, it is? That's fantastic. That's cool.
There's one flesh pound that will not be coming back, thanks to you.
Hold on, I've got a Craig emote of my own. Hold on a second. Let me get to the trader and I just renewed it.
Come on, I'm boiled. How we all doing for
KO! Yes.
I've got plenty.
Although I like the one from Third Strike better. KO.
Not too slow
Real
up.
dark. Real heavy. Reload. There we go. Ultimate had a lot of fun. Yes. Although I kind of wish that, you know, it's like I was just throwing those random tweets out, you know, just like, here's an idea, you know, for all the people that are like going on about Mario 3D All-Stars, like, hey, Smash All-Stars, N64, Melee, Brawl. Put the online back in. Boom. Mario Kart All-Stars, Mario Kart 64, Double Dash, Wii, online mode back in. You know, that'd be freaking sick.
All Zeds on the scope. Back to
Only
it.
if I can play Subspace Emissary again.
What? You are
Oh, hey, it's Vlad.
disturbing me.
I actually maxed out my pistol.
I haven't been able to do that. Max on my rifle, yeah. Brawl was the one you
I
liked the
upgrade
most?
solo.
Yeah. I mean, like, I liked it because of Subspace Emissary. Also, I liked Snake's Ultimate Smash in Brawl a lot better than the one that he has in Ultimate, so...
Where did you go?
Where will you call this guy?
There he is.
I wonder.
Where? I hear him, but I don't see him. Oh, hello!
Yeah, I don't think we can ever really talk Space Emissary, honestly. I know World of Light's a thing, I still haven't actually played it, but...
Yeah, Snake on a plane, man. How can you beat that? You alright?
I'm fine. Oh,
It's like, that's the closest you're gonna get to a single-player Smash that isn't, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror.
Right! Where'd he go? Oh. I actually never did complete Brawl. I'm gonna go back and do that someday. Yeah.
this is
Because that taboo fight in All-Star mode.
hug.
That was actually the mode that got me so good at playing as Zelda.
Oh, really?
That's where the kick started.
Get the kick! Got him. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that kick did wonders in All-Star mode
Nice.
back then.
Alright, gonna go and run another water break, so hang tight, cats and kids. We'll be right this at. Oh, you like this shirt? The Bowser Jr.? Yeah. Love that one, too. Evelyn likes this one as well, because she's like, but Tom, that's not Carl's Jr. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's the joke.
Okay, let's see. How about this one? I don't have it for this one yet.
Which one? So we can all
Infernal
vote
Realm.
for it.
Ah, sweet juicy water.
Ashwood Asylum. I know the one we have is Burning Paris. I know that much.
Yeah.
Infernal Realm? What is that one? Oh, I think we might have that one.
I apparently don't.
You don't? Then let's do it.
Well,
Miss that burger with the onion rings on it. That sounds delicious. A French
apparently
fried
halfway
onion.
through achievements.
Yeah, they changed how the achievements are displayed. You gotta actually, like, click over and go to locked. And I was like, what is this? I mean, it makes sense. Because they've, like, fleshed out that whole section. But I was just like, the first time I went there, I was like, oh, whoops. But apparently this is the UI that'll be running on Series X when that releases. So I thought that was interesting. By swift, brutal death. How about that? Hey, we kill 800 more Zeds and we get 150,000 V-Bucks to be used in Fortnite.
There's apparently 20 levels I haven't finished yet.
Fork knife?
Fork knife. Spelled fork with a U, like the English, because we love extra vowels.
Yeah, apparently there's an achievement to weld a door to 100%.
What?
Apparently, I just saw that there.
You mother forker.
Hey. Language.
Watch the language, mister.
Fork that.
Do I not have that? I would... There's no way I don't have that. Yeah, weld any door to 100%. It's called hold out. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, there's no way I don't have that. I've been playing this enough. What?
Okay, I think it's eyeballs.
Eyeballs?
Or something like that.
Love my guns.
Oh, you know...
It may not actually be eyeballs, but it was in the eye of the statue, so...
That statue?
Oh yeah, it is eyeballs.
Okay.
I see you.
Yeah, that's one right there.
Okay.
I haven't shot yet, but...
I see it. 8 left. Yeah, they googly eyes, and they have a faint glow to them.
Yeah.
Boo, boo, boo.
No, it's not. It looked like one.
Moosha, you're making me want to go find out if Burger King is still open to see if they even offer that, because that's like the only. Like, I don't even know where, like, the closest Hardee's is around. You know what? I do know where there is. It's the halfway point between here and Virginia at the Breezeway stop. Out here in parts unknown.
Sounds out fun, huh?
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Bang, 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 bang.
A boom, 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 boom.
Vamonos.
You move.
Sure, let's go with that.
I found one. It's in the statue that's on fire.
It's hot in
There we
here.
go.
So speaking of, when's Left 4 Dead 2?
That was the
Yeah.
Get to the indicated part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, we were, man, years ago. Clay and I were trying to do, like, just the Left 4 Dead games in general. Would really like to do that. Man, I just keep finding them.
There's one. Okay, the eyes even move.
Find any favorites in Parts Unknown? I like the fact that the Sheets is like a mile away, and they have their online ordering system in place, so I can like place the order here, and usually by the time that I drive over, it's ready. I like that. I like that there's a Subway like a half a block away from me. A McDonald's that's 2 blocks away. A Chinese buffet that's like a half a mile.
Broken world.
You know, but are there any like cool places here? No, not really. This town is 3 square miles. There's not a lot going on around here. Oh, Sheets is wonderful.
I got your back.
You know, it's like for gas station food, air quotes. But it's MTO and it's great, and probably one of the best deals on the menu is this quesarito that they have. And I get egg, bacon, rice and beans, and diced tomatoes, and you know, and some salsa, and it's $6.99, and it's like huge. It's almost bigger than a Chipotle burrito. So you know, it's you know, I'm always breakfast. I love breakfast. Have it any time of the day, right? And that's usually my go-to when I order at Sheetz. Also, like, they remodeled the one that was around here. It was closed for like 2 months. And now that they've reopened it, like, their gasoline prices have been, like, undercutting the entire city by a lot. So, it's, that's been nice. Get the gasoline on the cheap.
Oh, hello.
Heads up.
Whoops.
Reloading.
I do appreciate that. Even though I've got a pretty economical car, you know, gasoline on the cheap is always nice, regardless of wherever you go. The only thing is that they don't have Shell up here. I actually have to go a couple hours south to find a Shell gas station, and that annoys me, because that's all my car ever got until I moved up here, which means that I have to, you know, schedule a fuel induction cleaning service for my fuel injectors so they don't get carbon buildup, and that will cost me gas mileage. Hi, welcome to boring grunt-up stuff. Car
You
ownership.
need to get yourself some money, or I cannot help you.
Yep, gotta go get the oil changed. There's no I in it. It's just O and L. Oil. There's no I up here. Eyes are verboten.
Glad you made it back. Don't
You do Sheets? Yeah, Sheets is good. Like, for what you pay, you get your money's worth, and a little bit more out of it. Also, their fountain drinks are like $1.49. That also helps a lot, too. Any size. And I think about that. Why would you get anything less than the extra large? You know?
One mistake, and we're all dead.
Feeling great. Thanks.
Oh, man, I love Wawa. They have, like, this grilled cheese
What's new,
and
Anna?
bacon sandwich that I absolutely love. It's way too much money, though. It's like $5. And, like, $5 for grilled cheese with bacon. Are you serious? That's ridiculous. But it's wonderful, and I love it. And they, the thing that they had Wawas south of where I used to live. And when I worked for Amazon, I would always stop at one on the way back to the warehouse after I finished my run. And I would get the fountain drink, because I needed that little pick-me-up, because they had the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine, and I love those things. And I would get the strawberry mellow yellow. And it was delicious. It was strawberry orange mellow yellow, and it was I love Coca-Cola free play machines. Good lord, they're the best idea ever. And I would be devastated when they would not have it, because when you open those things up, they almost look like print cartridges for like the little syrups, and if they have to go and change it out, so then I would have to settle for like raspberry flavored Coca-Cola. Oh darn.
Taking serious damage. Got you, monster.
Did he just clip through the door when I shot him? The Gobbler! Yes! I know about the Gobbler.
Oh, my damn ears.
That was good. That was actually something that the ex and I bonded over. Because she was from Florida. And she missed Wawas because they were like on every corner where she lived in Tampa. And I told her, oh, there's one around here. We just got to go a little bit out of our way. So it kind of became like our late night. Because, like, Wawas are open, like, 24 hours. You know? And we would just go there and, like, grab that. And that's when I introduced her to the sourdough grilled cheese sandwich with bacon. And it also had garlic aioli on it, which was delightful.
Oh, there's one.
I haven't seen any since my little stint. Yes, and you know what, Moosh? I wish I was a person that liked coffee and tea, and yet I don't. Oh, we got it. Chivo. Infernal Relics. Yay!
Let's get you
I just
restocked.
Got it.
I didn't know we had gotten any more. I just said, like, after I got the one that said 5 remain, I didn't know there were any left to get.
I kept finding more.
That's great. That's good work.
Got it.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Well, I hope Clay is feeling better, but I think we are having a wonderful time tonight. So I appreciate it. Also, I love checking out the seasonal updates for this game because of that. I wonder if I would like to think they would do something for Easter, but I have yet to actually check. It would be kind of fun seeing these guys walking around with bunny hoods and stuff like that. Easter bonnets.
Ooh, yeah.
Thank you,
And
Moshi.
Jesus
You can
Christ.
drink all the tea and coffee that I don't drink. I really, like, seriously, like...
Time's almost up.
Like, if there were, like, people say, like, oh, what's a food item that you wish you'd liked so you wouldn't, you know...
There we go.
You know, like, people, like, for me, it's like bananas. I don't like bananas.
I'm reloading.
I like banana flavoring, but the texture of the banana is just,
More Zeds inbound.
repulses me.
There we go. I got the welding thing.
Nailed.
But you need that sweet potassium.
I know, and the terrible thing is you can't buy potassium supplements by themselves because potassium in high enough doses is lethal. So, you know...
It used to be a thing.
It used to be a thing, but, like, potassium bicarbonate,
Yeah.
because of the X, I know that, like, when they administer that stuff in the hospital, they have to get a sign-off from their supervisor. Because if they give too much, it'll kill somebody. Whoops!
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, just, like, that's why I take that multivitamin to get my potassium otherwise. But, like, man, I would just like to be able to just, like, oh, man, I just went out, you know, I'm going to go out jogging. Or actually, you come back from jogging, it's like, let me just go ahead and unwind with a glass of water and a banana. You know, like a triathlete. You know, that'd be nice. No. Or, like, wake up and, like, oh, man, I can't stay awake. I need a cup of coffee or tea or something. You know, I would love to be able to walk up to my replicator and say, tea, Earl Grey, hot. No, come back. Yeah, probably
Computer,
closed.
make me some real chocolate.
Excellent. That's nearly all of them.
Oh, I love dried apricots. The only reason why I don't buy them is because they're so expensive. Dried apricots are the best. Okay, I take that back. I like banana chips. That's fine. I can do those. But not like fresh bananas. But yes, dried apricots, I love those. Dried prunes I also like. There was a brand of pitted prunes that had like a essence of orange in them. Those were delicious. Although, you know,
We all okay?
That was weird.
I'm not a fan of avocado.
you don't like avocado? More for me then.
It's just got a bland taste, you know?
I really don't know about that. Maybe you haven't had properly ripened avocados.
Ammo check.
Because not all avocados are created equal.
Fully stocked. Thanks.
You also don't like avocado? Oh, that's too bad. More for me. You know, like some light salt on avocado. I'm not saying like go out and be a millennial and have some avocado toast. I'm not saying that, but I mean like avocado on a burger. Oh my god, it's wonderful. Like there was a website like anythingbutmayonnaise.com, and they were talking about like mayonnaise substitutes. And one of them was using avocado in place of like mayonnaise on burgers and BLTs and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god, this is so much better.
Time's up.
You don't like the taste? Okay, that's fair. Same way I don't like the taste of bananas. The only thing I like about bananas is that little vine of like the girl giving like the little deer. Would you like a banana? And he like absorbs the banana slice like a Yoshi.
Looking weak.
And then somebody actually put the Yoshi sound effect over it. It was pretty great.
Time to dance.
Bananas. Béarnaise sauce.
Really, really good. Oh, love my guns. Guns are fun, no?
Woo!
Scrig.
Where?
Finish the last ones off, so I can open the trader pod for you.
Late night cooking with Mama Mushi.
My boots, your face.
Heck yeah, I'd watch that. Coming to a Twitch channel near you. That was actually something that Shelby and I were trying to work on for years, and we just couldn't get the camera equipment to play nice with it. Maybe with that Elgato screen link, we could probably do it with her fancy schmancy DSLR. A cooking show on Twitch. Because she tried to do that with, like, on her YouTube channel, and it just wasn't there because she just didn't have the right equipment at the time. But she could try to do it now, but I think it'd be more interesting if we did it live. I mean, I was actually trying to stream me making Thanksgiving dinner one year, and with Periscope, and turns out my parents at the last minute decided to stay instead of go, and then I just couldn't do it, so. Oh my gosh, you know, like, so this is like, Shelby's got so many great cooking ideas, but like, it gets even deeper than that, because she has developed a corn allergy in the last couple of years, that she has to think outside the box when she makes anything to ensure that it doesn't have any corn in it. So she's using, like, you know, potato starch instead of corn starch, and like coconut oil instead of corn oil, and all these things, and like, she and Matt have, when it was my birthday a couple of years ago, they were feeling like kind of bad that they like didn't get me anything for my birthday, and I'm like, look, your friendship is honestly enough, you don't need to do something like that. And she instead invites me over and makes this wonderful fried fish tilapia with a potato curry sauce over rice, and it was to die for. One of the best birthday presents I've ever had. So, and also she's got a sous vide, so she all, like, super cooks her food such with incredible precision, so, you know, she keeps threatening that she's going to get me one of those for Christmas. And that would be cool. I would love a sous vide. Because I've been watching this YouTube channel called Sous Vide Everything, and it's crazy what you can cook with those things. Yeah, curry is wonderful. I love curry. I also like it when Hachima makes curry. Hachima.
That's pleasure.
Yeah, fish is good. Tilapia, cod, haddock, salmon, but like I like my fish to be firmly cooked, not super flaky. Like, I know that's like kind of blasphemy for everybody. Like, you know, like I want to be able to like not have it fall apart when I take a bite out of it. You know, like I like salmon smoked better than I liked it than just having it by a fillet by itself. But you know, like fish is just generally just good for me, and it's good for you. Wow, I just cleaned the whole room. That was great. Woo. You know what? You want to talk about trash comfort foods? Long John Silver's and Captain D's. I love that place.
Perfect.
I absolutely adore those places, and they are never close by anywhere I have lived in my entire life. But I will go out of my way to them because it's remarkable that not many fast food restaurants have been able to maintain the same taste and flavor of a recipe for years. Somehow they have.
Amazing.
Glad you made it back.
It's like the same thing I remember when I was a small child. It's crazy.
Wish it could cool down. Way too hot out here. Watch me. I'm reloading.
Yes, I have a good multivitamin. It's from Bayer, men's multivitamin. It's very good.
Not the best nurse.
I've got plenty.
You also have a Bayer fiber tablets, gummy fiber tablets. That's cool too. Old man stuff. Get my glucosamine tablets for my non-existent knees from when I worked in the mechanics garage. That was a painful experience. Lost money and lost a piece of it.
Break time's over. Get back to work. More Zeds inbound.
Oh boy. Yeah, Moosh, I started taking glucosamine tablets when my knees started to go when I was working at the mechanics garage. Just like working on a concrete floor, bending and kneeling and standing and doing and all of those things. And then having to work with the pneumatic tools, it just ruined my knees. Just absolutely destroyed them. You know, they were always saying, like, you know, the most common injuries that people sustain is carpal tunnel and repetitive motion damage because of the pneumatic tools. I didn't get either of those. I had the cartilage in my knees disappear. They evaporated like water. Do I still have to... Okay, so, Moshi, that's a very good memory. I don't actually have to elevate those anymore. It turns out I was just sleeping improperly. I have to sleep on an incline. I'm actually no longer having to sit on pillows on the couch anymore because of my lower back. My lower back hurts when I don't sleep on an incline at night. So, good memory. You and my brother are the only two people that seem to remember that, because he actually asked about that the other day too. Yeah, no, it was really good to find that out. I actually need to rotate my pillows every couple of nights just to make sure that I'm at a consistent 45-degree angle. Sleeping like a vampire. Just from the waist up. Where the heck is everybody?
I think they're all chasing me right now.
Okay, then.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, boy.
And two of them were Skrakes.
I think I have at least 4 or 5 pillows, Moosh. So you got me beat there. But, you know, it's all about what works with, what works for you as an individual.
I like it when everyone makes it out alive.
Even when I was sleeping on that sleep number bed,
Maybe we're doing so well.
you know, I still needed all those extra pillows. You know, it didn't matter how soft it was just like something about having to keep my upper torso elevated when I'm lying down. Otherwise, it's pain central.
Can't have you dying on me. More to be done, but so
Yes, Pillow Club. Pillow Club USA.
Must close the pod very soon.
I've got plenty.
Jay Shazam. That's a hell of a name.
We need you fighting feet.
Time's almost up.
You know what? I mean, there are some people that need a firm mattress. There's some people that need a soft mattress. I'm not entirely sure what I am. I know I've got a foam pad on my bed. Maybe I don't need it. Maybe I do need it. Although, this is kind of gross. When I was leaving the one apartment to come up to this one, my bed got infested with bed bugs, and that's why that one stream week was canceled. And I actually have one of those anti-dust mite zipper sleeves on my pillow, and it prevented them from getting into there. But they were just like in a corner of my bed, and they got in my box spring, so I had to throw the box spring out, and then I had to like hot wash everything else just to make sure to kill all the eggs. It's disgusting. But now my mattress is just on the floor, effectively acting like what a box spring would be. So I'm not any worse for wear, I think. It's weird. I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah. Bed bugs, disgusting. Yeah, it's bad. You know, like, I was trying to figure out why Freddy stopped sleeping on the bed with me, because she's got her little weighted blanket just to the right of me. Because, like, I have the left side of the bed. She gets all of the right side of the bed. She sleeps whatever she wants. But I have, like, this weighted blanket that I got that's too short for my body. Like, it only goes up to my waist. And I was like, well, that's kind of a waste. Haha, waist. And I was just, like, folded in a little triangle. And then Freddy sleeps on it. It's adorable. That's her spot. And then I was just like, she stopped sleeping on the bed, and she would sleep in the kitchen on the benches, and I couldn't figure out why. And I'm like, there's freaking bugs crawling all over the place, and I just didn't see them. So, glad that's behind me.
Weighted?
Huh?
You recommend weighted sheets?
Weighted blanket. It was actually a gift from Tab, because she was reading about touch tile response for autistic people, and she's thoroughly convinced that I'm on the spectrum, which I don't doubt her, because it would certainly make a lot of sense with certain aspects of my life. But she got one for Evelyn, and Evelyn likes it, so she figured she'd get one for me. But, like, it's a 5-pound blanket, so clearly it's got some weight to it. But the problem was, it's too short. But does it make you, like, feel more secure? Absolutely.
I might have to invest in one.
Yeah, no, like, Amazon's got one that you can get that's not terribly expensive.
I've seen them in Walmart.
Yeah, I know, that's the one thing, and now this thing's covered with cat fur, and I was just like, well, I should probably wash it at some point, but I'm like, you know, it's full of, like, tightly sealed pockets of sand or something. So I guess I just gotta, like, take, like, the little upholstery attachment for my vacuum cleaner and just try to clean it off that way for her, I guess.
Still prefer a demon on the show.
Yeah, pocket sand, exactly. Just what Wordman said. Womp womp.
Everyone in one piece?
Ready to fight.
Last chance.
Man, I think we'll be actually coming up right up on time at the rate we're moving. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Time's up. Go kill some Zeds.
Everyone stocked for ammo?
Back to it, mes amis.
Whoops.
Ammo fully stocked.
Roar!
That's a lovely sound.
Guns are fun, no?
It means fun's on the way.
Oh, hello, Strike.
Speaking of which, here comes the birthday girl right now. Come here, Frady. No? Okay, bye-bye. Like, her new favorite thing is, because I'm being too loud when I'm streaming, is that she'll go into the bedroom and then go into the walk-in closet. And then she will go in my suitcase and, like, curl up and, like, close the lid. And she'll just, like, nap inside the suitcase. It's adorable.
Fantastic. Thanks.
And she decided to come out for some water or something.
I got your 6.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a flashbang.
Where? Where? Oh god, you guys are all the way over there.
You know, there's a Strike right next to me that's not even paying attention.
Grade A AI.
Flashbang set.
You're really getting some
You just totally evaporated that
Hey, I leveled
Strike.
up.
Frady, come back! No! Okay, bye-bye. She went back to the bedroom.
Oh. Okay.
Finish the last ones off, so I can open the trade
Oh.
pod for you.
Hey, bloat.
Blow.
Get that ammo.
Always getting caught up on the geometry.
Not as bad as that. Have you seen the one clip from the guy that was playing Counter-Strike that got caught on the door? Because it is the funniest thing. So you got the job? Yes, I did. I started yesterday. I am a shipping clerk at Proform Powdered Metals. The factory is 0.8 miles away from the front door, but because of roads, it's 1.8 miles drive, which is not the best for the car because you want your oil temperature to heat up and circulate and get in there, and it's not good for the battery because it doesn't give it enough time to recharge. But I'll be saving a ton in gasoline, which I'll be taking that money that I'm saving, parlaying that into getting a better battery. But yes, no, it's good. It's okay. It is repetitive, and it is steady work, and that's exactly what I need in my life right now. I don't want any surprises, but what they said they do is in 3 months' time you're under evaluation for a raise, in 6 months you're under evaluation for a in-house promotion, and then the cycle just repeats itself. And I'm like, well, that sounds good. So, I've been a manager for the majority of my working life, and quite honestly, I'm tired of it. You know, that was the one nice thing about Amazon. You know, that I was my own boss. So the only person I really had to let down was myself. And now I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Well,
I like it.
Don't underestimate the enemy. One mistake.
Great! So, yeah, it's good times. And they were very upfront about saying that I'm way overqualified for the job, and they felt bad that I was, you know, the best they could offer, and I'm like, don't apologize. I'm just glad that I'm able to contribute something to you guys in a meaningful way. You know, while I need money, you need a person, I think this works. So. And, it might open the door to me getting a job on the weekend, too, because I need money really bad. But it's nice to just have a 9 to 5, which is really more like an 8 to 4. But, you know, it's a start. Which means I might be able to expand the streaming schedule in the coming days.
oh,
That's a flesh pound.
Was a flesh pound.
Because Mondays, you all know what day that's going to be. Tuesdays, y'all know what that's going to be. You know, Clay has been kind enough to give me his Tuesdays for the last umpteen weeks in a row. I can't expect that's going to last forever, so I'd like to get Platformer Tuesday back underway. And hopefully the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated will go on sale for an acceptable price this Christmas. No, it's not a plantation. Stop it. But in all seriousness, Fallout Monday probably won't come back until at least the new year. I want to make sure that I can handle the rest of the week before I start committing to the big days again. I think Wednesday's going to stay right where it is, with it being exclusively PlayStation games. I think that's a good way for me to... I'm out of ammo. That's annoying. I got to use my pistols. But I think that's a good way to explore a catalog that has been largely neglected and forgetted while I've been playing on the Xbox and the Switch for goodness knows how long. I miss the dress shirts and the slick back hair. Moosh, I want to start doing the G1 interviews again, but I gotta need to get my work schedule stabilized. So hopefully I can start doing that again. I miss doing that. I've got interviews that I need to edit down and put together for you guys that haven't seen the light of day since I recorded them. You know, talk about found footage and missing episodes. I've got plenty of that.
Oh, that's not good.
What would be the next Spider-Man game after the next PS4 game after Spider-Man? I was thinking the Uncharted games because I haven't played them since they were out on the PS3, and I don't have a very high opinion of them. So I figured that would be a good thing to experiment with those and see if I'm like was just playing the wrong version. I thought I actually seriously was going to put that in its place instead of medieval, but then I realized we needed some kind of representation for Halloween, so that's how medieval ended up on the poll and not Uncharted. So it'd be the Nathan Drake collection and Lost. I don't know if we'll do all of them at once, but we'll at least do Uncharted 1. We'll get through all of them. It's just a matter of ordering.
That was close.
You were caught in a sticky wicket?
Oops.
I was for a while there.
Oh boy. Yet you live! You are alive.
So I ran out of ammo on my microwave gun.
Yeah.
And I still had a strike chasing me.
Oh boy.
I was down to 39 health at one point.
Oh no!
I'm about to shut the pod.
Good thing the collection is on the PS4. Yeah, no, there was, I was planning to get it, and they had it for $5 on, like, a Christmas sale, and I was like, I don't need this right now, and it was never on sale for $5 ever again. And then they just gave away the whole thing for free a couple of months ago, and I was like, well, now that's been fixed. And then I got the Lost Legacy one that when it was on sale for $5 to atone for that mistake. So, but no, I've got like almost 100 games just on PS4, not including all the stuff that I have digitally for PS1 and what's on PS3. So, I mean, I've got a lot to go through. Oh, there he is!
He's coming to the other side.
Alright, your armor's gone.
Burn, baby!
What the?
Didn't know you could get Z time on a boss like this. Got him.
Level 21.
Yay!
I won.
Whispers Horizon? Oh yeah, Horizon. We'll put it to a poll. You know, we'll put it to a poll. Hey, look at that. It's 3:05 in 29 seconds.
It's 3:05.
3:05 live?
And that's stats I'm not going to see again anytime soon.
Yeah. We got plenty to choose from, so. All right. That's going to do it for me at least. Ugh. That was good stuff. So,
Indeed.
well, that'll do it for tonight. We'll be back for Spider-Man for tomorrow. Thank you to Craig Christmasman for the raid. Thank you, Craig. That was very excellent of you. And also thank you to Robe for the raid as well. That was very excellent of him. So that will do it for
Indeed.
Yes. So much appreciated. Thank you both. It was unexpected and much appreciated. So that will do it. L, thank you.
Indeed.
Wordman, thank you. Clay, feel
Indeed.
better. Raid Johnny, yes.
Indeed.
Let's go ahead and let's pay that forward. So. All right.
Indeed.
So, oh, thank you, Moshi. I didn't know you were part of that. That's wonderful. So that will do it. We'll go ahead and see you on the flip side for Spider-Man, and that'll do it. Care to say goodnight, fellas?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Good night.
All right. Good night, everybody. Ric Flair, take us home.
Read what you want to read. Believe what you want to believe. But go to bed.
Go to bed. Good night, everybody. Ciao, ciao.